Spectrum, and the Hawaii Building and Construction Trades Council.
From Les Murakami Stadium, it is Hawaii baseball and the finale of this three-game series between Hawaii and 15th-ranked UC Santa Barbara. The series even one game apiece. Hawaii fell in game one, 2-1, but Hawaii's bats bounced back with a 15-7 win last night in what was an electric sold-out atmosphere here at the ballpark. What does game three hold? We will find out here in minutes. Hawaii baseball and Rainbow Warrior Countdown was brought to you by Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Water Cleanup. As we cheer on our local team, remember your local team at Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Water Cleanup. Commercial plumbing services include maintenance, jetting, plumbing, lining, coating, water cleanup, and more. A local team backed up by a powerful national brand. Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Water Cleanup. Go Bows. Fans still kind of milling in here on this Sunday. We've got the Phillies who are sitting, the youth team, the Phillies, sitting to the right of our box. Lots of fans in green here getting ready to watch some really good baseball. Let's go through the Big West Conference scoreboard, which is brought to you by the Hawaii Building and Construction Trades Council. Building a better tomorrow. Cal State Bakersfield gets swept in their four-game non-conference series at Utah Tech. Final today, 11-7. UC Irvine sweeps CSUN, 6-2 win for the Anteaters today. UC Davis now 3-0 in the Big West Conference, a 7-1 win over UC Riverside. Two games in progress right now. You have Cal Poly shutting out, actually this one just going final. Cal Poly shutting out Long Beach State 9-0. So Cal Poly now 13-6 and 6-0 in the Big West Conference. Long Beach State falling to 6-13 and 1-5 in the Big West. And the other game still going top of the ninth inning. Cal State Fullerton with a 12-3 lead on UC San Diego. Titans looking for its first win in Big West Conference play. Our injury report is brought to you by Hawaii Pacific Health, creating a healthier Hawaii. Really nothing to add. Not really an injury, but illness. Hunter Faldo is sick. We'll see. I mean, he's not in the lineup today. David Verhel de Dios is behind the plate, but will we see Faldo as a potential pinch hitter? We will find out. I guess it depends on how he feels as this game rolls along. What will make Hawaii go in tonight's game? It's brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Get up and go. Yesterday's blueprint kind of tells you the story. Hawaii's bats got on Jackson Flora early and forced him. Had some good takes. They were able to create some tough at bats. Matt Miura's worked some walks here this weekend, and Hawaii will try to do the same here against the sophomore Calvin Prosky. It comes down to good at bats, but I'll throw one more thing out. The bottom of the order needs to help out. The top of the lineup has done its job here for the most part this weekend. The Bows have taken the field. Let's give you the batting order for UC Santa Barbara. The Gauchos are 15-3, 4-1 in the Big West Conference, and a few adjustments in the lineup for Andrew Checketts. Xavier Esker, who has been at shortstop the last couple of days, will lead off, but he's playing at third base. Jack Holman, who's been at first base Friday and Saturday, will be in left field, hitting second. Jonathan Mendez at second base, bats third. Isaac Kim, who's been DHing the first 2 days, will play at first base. He bats cleanup. Batting fifth and catching is Nate Vargas. Latrey McCollum in center field, batting sixth. The number 7 hitter, Jeremiah Crane, will be the DH today. Cole Kosciuszko moves up in the lineup. He is in right field. He's been in left the last couple of days. He'll bat eighth. And playing at shortstop and hitting ninth is Corey Nunez. And they will face the right-hander Cooper Walls, a freshman from Carlsbad, California. He is 1-0 with a 3.68 earned run average in 14 2/3 innings. 15 strikeouts to 7 walks, a whip of 1.5, a batting average against of 278. And let's set up the Hawaii defense around Walls. Mostly the same from last night. The changes behind the plate. Kamana Nahaku, Matthew Miura, Jared Quant left to right in the outfield. Nushida back in at third base. Draven Nushida, Elijah Iquez at short. Shunsuke Sakaino at second. Ben Ziegler-Namoa at first. The freshman David Verhel de Dios is behind the plate for his fellow freshman Walls. Hawaii in whites, the alternate green caps. Hawaii across the chest, numbers and letters in green. UC Santa Barbara going with what they wore last night. Blue tops, gray pants, blue caps. Kind of the old school style font for the numbers in the back. Today's first pitch brought to you by MotoGen Medical. They have treatments used to elevate pain and help heal joints naturally. Go to MODOGEN.com and sign up for a free evaluation. First pitch swinging. It is popped up left side of the diamond right into the sun. Nushida, the third baseman, looking up. He makes the catch. One pitch, one out. 79 degrees, partly cloudy, winds gusting up to 11 miles per hour. They have, slightly gusty. Flags, for the most part, are kind of still out in right center field. There was rain in the forecast, but that was more overnight. So we're good here the rest of the way. Jack Holman aligned to right field. That's caught by Jared Quant. 2 pitches, 2 out. So Esker flying out or popping up to the third baseman Nushida. Holman lining out to Quant, who didn't have to move far in his right field position straight away. 2 out, nobody on, and Jonathan Mendez, the second baseman, will step up. Mendez hitting .266, 4 home runs, 11 runs driven in. Can look at things 2 ways. One, contact on Cooper Walls in the first 2 pitches. The other side, 2 outs on the first 2 pitches from Walls. And his offering to Holman Mendez, I beg your pardon, is down and inside. 1 ball and no strikes. No score, top of the first inning. Gaucho's aggressive early against the freshman. The righty's 1-0. Is a called strike over the inside corner to the right-handed hitter Mendez. Gaucho's coming in hitting .277 as a team. 6.9 runs, 9.7 hits per game. 1-1 is a 2-seam fastball over the inside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The kind of ugly spot from last night, there were a lot of errors, but both sides dealt with that. 1-2, slider misses low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Our umpires, Alex Ortiz behind the plate. Darren Hyman at first. John Flanagan, the ump at third. Walls winds. Here's his 2-2. Fastball in on the hands. It's lined over the second baseman, Sakaino, and into right field. A 2-out hit for Mendez to keep the inning going. And we'll bring up Isaac Kim. Kim's been the DH the last couple of days. He is at first today. Team's leading hitter, batting .370 with 3 home runs and 17 runs batted in. On an 8-game hitting streak, he's driven in 13 in that stretch with 2 doubles and 3 home runs, batting .375 in the last 8 games. Walls to the plate. Slider missing low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. This is turning into a better than normal Sunday crowd. As more fans kind of file in, get their seats, watch some baseball. 1-0. It's another slider low and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Kim leads the team with his .370 average and his 17 RBI. 2-0. Walls nods and delivers. Swing and a foul tip right into Verhel de Dios' glove. A fastball coming up and in. 2 balls and 1 strike. 199 career RBI. 3 years at Pomona Pitzer. This is his first at UCSB. His slider's a little upstairs. 3-1. Vergel de Dios had got up, was thinking about snapping one over to first where Mendez is. He does not have a stolen base nor an attempt. 3 balls, 1 strike. Walls' pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball right around the outside corner, kind of running away from the right-handed hitter. And it's 3-2. This inning started 2 outs on the first 2 pitches. Walls working a little bit more here in the back end. 3-2. Swing, and that's powered back and out of play. Hawaii, a team ERA of 3.57. A batting average against of 221. Almost a 3-1 strikeout to walk ratio. Full count pitch. Swing, and that fastball is sent back and out of play. Kim's not missing that number 1 by much. He's making good contact. Timing not there. Mendez should be on the move. First baseman playing behind him on the 3-2 count with 2 away. Walls, ball behind his back, peers over at first, now brings his hands together. The righty's pitch. Slider, this is a one-hopper to short. Iquez has it, fires across, a bouncer to first. Picked up by Ziegler Nalmoa for the 3rd out. Good battle that Walls wins on the 6-3 putout. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left. We'll go to the bottom of the first. It is UC Santa Barbara 0 and Hawaii coming to the plate. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
This place they call paradise, I call my home. Blessed to be born and raised local ground.
With hotels, condo resorts, and vacation rentals on 5 Hawaiian islands, Castle Resorts and Hotels is a Kama'aina favorite. When you need a place to stay to attend a tournament, family function, or a golf getaway, visit castleresorts.com for special Kama'aina rates.
H-A-W-A, 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 there ain't no other place like these islands.
Castle Resorts and Hotels. Born in Hawaii, built on hospitality, inspired by aloha.
H-A-W-A, there ain't no other place like these islands.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu. Brought to you by Ushijima Architects.
All right, we go to the bottom of the first inning. Let's light today's batting order for Hawaii head coach Rich Hill. It is brought to you by Dial Electric Supply. They see the light. Matthew Miura in center field will lead off, followed by the second baseman, Shunsuke Sakaino. Hitting third at first base is Ben Ziegler Nalmoa. The cleanup hitter in right field, Jared Quant. Batting fifth, playing at shortstop, Elijah Iquez. The star at the plate from last night, Itsuki Takimoto, is the designated hitter, batting sixth. Hitting seventh, playing in left field, is Kamada Nahaku. Draven Nushida makes his second consecutive start at third base, bats eighth. And the freshman David Vergel de Dios behind the plate hitting ninth as they will take on Calvin Prosky, a right-handed sophomore from Oak Park, Illinois. The 6'3", 195-pound righty is 1-1 with a 3.10 earned run average in 20 1/3 innings. 16 strikeouts to 5 walks, a whip of 1.23, and a batting average against of 282. So Matthew Miura will step in. It's been kind of a quiet series for Miura at the plate, but the one thing that he has done well, he's worked some counts, he's gotten some walks, swings at the first pitch, and takes a healthy hack on a fastball up and in, but the bat seemed to have caught the catcher Vargas. And he's slightly bent over behind the plate. Not sure where that caught him, but Vargas believes he's okay. Miura looked like he apologized and asked him if he was okay. Andrew Checketts, the head coach for UCSB, out to ask him, and it appears he is fine. Strike one to Miura, hitting .271 with 10 RBI. Walked twice yesterday. He's walked 3 times in the series, had 2 hits on Friday. Fastball over the middle of the plate, strike 2. Nothing in 2 to the junior center fielder. The wind in the pitch is a fastball right at the bottom of the zone for strike 3 and out number 1. Prosky wasting no time. Fastball, fastball, fastball. Up and in, down the middle, down in the zone. And there's the first out of the bottom of the first. Shinsuke Sakaino stepping in, Hawaii's leading hitter, batting .406. With a home run and 14 RBI. He currently on a 4-game hitting streak, hitting .428 in that time frame. First pitch over the inside corner, strike 1. Got a home run. That homer came on Tuesday against Chaminade. 3 RBI, 4 runs scored. Wind in the pitch from Prosky is in on the hands and floated foul. Nice catch. Section F, upper level. You had 2 guys going for the same ball, and man with a very healthy beard and a cap and sunglasses hauled it in and took a bow. Next pitch, strike 3 called bottom of the zone, and Sakaino strikes out. So 2 punch-outs looking. 2 out here in the bottom of the first. And Ben Ziegler-Namoa will step up. Prosky works really fast. I mean, he's already hands at the belt waiting for Ziegler-Namoa to step into the box. Ziegler-Namoa hitting .309, home run, 14 RBI. Prosky's pitch is a fastball right down Main Street for a strike. 7 pitches, 7 strikes. Need I say what Prosky has a chance to do? 0-1. At strike 2 called, 0-2. He is 1 pitch away from a perfect inning. Is Rich Hill going to call an offensive timeout? Yes, he is. He's 1 pitch away from a perfect inning, and Rich Hill decides to put his hands up and say, hey, let's come on over for a chat. Calls over hitting coach Dave Nakama, Jared Quant, the on-deck hitter, and they're going to, quote-unquote, talk over the scouting report. And Prosky standing there about maybe 6 feet from the back of the pitcher's mound, hands on his hips, looking over, saying, really, guys? And Coach Hill at the same time is now coming down and talking to the home plate umpire, and he's pointing out something on Prosky, and I'm not sure what. Was looking over, and I'm not sure what he saw, but it's a 2-strike count now to Ziegler-Namoa. No score, bottom of the first inning. Left-handed hitter steps back in. Prosky just staring and waiting. The right-hander's pitch. Swing and a pop-up. Shallow center field. Coming in is McCollum, the center fielder. He makes the catch, and that will end the inning. 9 pitches, 2 strikeouts, and a fly out to center. That was quick for Prosky. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We go to the second, no score. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Did you know that 1 in 4 vehicles on the road will need a new battery this year? Don't wait till it's too late to do something about it. Test your battery regularly, and if you need a replacement, Napa has you covered with a full range of long-lasting, high-performance batteries for every make and model on the road. So don't wait until your car won't start or you're stranded on the side of the road. Test your battery today or find the replacement you need at Napa locations nationwide, because it's our mission to keep you moving. Napa! Give your engine the attention it deserves with the advanced formulation of Napa Full Synthetic Engine Oil. It delivers faster oil flow for superior temperature protection in the harshest conditions. defends against sludge and buildup while keeping your engine running cleaner, longer, and improves fuel efficiency by reducing friction, helping you stay at peak performance mile after mile. Try Napa Full Synthetic Engine Oil today. Available now at Napa locations nationwide.
Napa!
Aloha, this is Stan Mahilona from Sports Stan. You're listening to University of Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Scoreless as we go to the top of the second inning. Gauchos will send Vargas, McCollum, and Crane to the dish against Cooper Walls as Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu is brought to you by Waiakea Hawaiian Volcanic Beverages as an official partner of UH Athletics. Waiakea's naturally alkaline water keeps Hawaii's athletes performing at their peak. Learn more at waiakea.com or find us at a KTA or Foodland near you. Cooper Walls was rolling and then gave up a single to Jonathan Mendez and then had to work through an 8-pitch at bat to end the inning against Isaac Kim. Nate Vargas will step in. Vargas hitting .293, 2 home runs, 13 RBI, has struck out 18 times this year, the most on the team. Left-handed hitter against the righty Walls, who's got his hands at his waist. Now winds and deals. Ooh, and that first pitch slider bends behind Vargas. 1 ball, no strikes. Walls against UC Riverside last Friday. His 4 innings that he pitched in relief was his longest outing of the season. And that was much needed. 1-0. Swing and a chopper to the second baseman, Sakino. Waits for it on 2 hops, picks it up, throws it to first, and gets the out. 1 away. I mean, he came in relief of Sebastian Gonzalez, and one of the reasons why Gonzalez is not a starter, just the lack of length that Gonzalez has been able to give. We also found that he suffered a hip flexor last week. In that start against UC Riverside, where Gonzalez could only go 2 innings, gave up 5 runs and 6 hits. 4 of those runs were earned. First pitch to LaTrey McCollum is driven out toward right field. Quant moving back at the track, backpedaling near the fence. He makes the catch. 2 down, top 2. And in that outing, because he only went 2, Walls had to come in. Struck out 5, walked 2 in his 4 innings. In between Walls, Adamson, Danny Veloz, and Kyle Dobbins, they shut down UC Riverside over the final 7 innings. Did not allow a run while scattering 7 hits. That was the only win Hawaii had in that series last weekend. 2 out, nobody on. We're scoreless in the top of the second inning. Jeremiah Crane, the designated hitter, will take a curveball, bottom of the zone for strike 1. Crane hitting .304, a home run, 7 runs driven in. Was 1 for 2 yesterday with a double, drove in 2 runs and scored twice. 0-1. Curveball missing low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wind's gusting a little bit out, so you're out in right field. Quant's got to pay very close attention to that. This one popped off the end of the bat, shallow right. Sakino calls everybody off. The second baseman makes the catch as he was inching toward the line and ends the inning. That's a 6-pitch second inning for Cooper Walls. We'll head to the bottom of the second, still scoreless. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Your health tip of the week is from Dr. Dale Glenn of Hawaii Pacific Health.
Colorectal cancer is one of the most common types of cancer in the U.S., but it is preventable and treatable if detected early. Speak to your doctor about getting colorectal cancer screenings at regular intervals, starting at age 45. With a team of experts in leading-edge technology, Hawaii Pacific Health's medical centers and clinics are there to help you live healthier.
For more health tips, visit healthierhawaii.org.
Aloha. My name is Gino Sequena, Executive Director of the Hawaii Building and Construction Trades Council, an organization that has served Hawaii for over 6 decades. We are one big wahana of the top 15 construction trade unions in Hawaii, and it's highly likely that you, your friends, or family members are employed by one of our trades. No matter where you go in Hawaii, you're bound to see one of the projects or communities we have helped build and sustain. Mahalo to all of you for your support to help us in working together to build a better tomorrow.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Off to the bottom of the second inning. UC Santa Barbara nothing, Hawaii nothing. Game 3 of the series, even at 1 apiece. Earlier today, we had the NCAA men's selection show. We knew UC San Diego would be in for men's basketball. They are 12 seed. They'll take on the Big Ten champs Michigan, the number 5. That will be on Thursday. The women's selection show is coming up in about 33 minutes. We'll see where the UC San Diego women's team will be. What a year for UCSD. First year of eligibility, postseason eligibility, and both of their teams make it to the NCAA tournament. Jared Quant looks at a fastball high from Calvin Prosky. 1 ball, no strikes. There is the first pitch outside of the strike zone from Prosky today. 1-0. That's a bender down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. The noteworthy thing on the men's tournament, UC Irvine did not get in. There was a lot of people hoping the Big West would get 2 bids. Not the case this year. 2-0. A fastball, waist high, strike 1. Quant hitting .349, leads the team with 15 runs batted in, has also hit a home run. The wind in the 2-1, and Quant swings and sends it out of play to the left. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Defense for UC Santa Barbara. Jack Holman in left, LaTrey McCollum in center, Cole Kosciuszko playing in right. Give you the infield in a moment. 2-2, swing and a miss, struck him out. Fastball about neck high, and Quant chased it. Third strikeout for Prosky. 1 away in the home half of the second. Rest of the defense, Xavier Esker at third. Corey Nunez, the shortstop. Jonathan Mendez playing at second, and Isaac Kim is the first baseman. Behind the plate, Nate Vargas for the sophomore Prosky as shortstop Elijah Iquez steps in. Prosky waits. Now delivers. Fastball. Iquez drives into right center field. Moving back Kosciuszko, but he's got a beat on it. He makes the catch. Ball's going to fly a little bit. Winds, the gusts have picked up. The trade wind's blowing out to right field. But just balls haven't been hit well enough. Closest was McCollum to deep right. Speaking of baseball's traveling, Itsuki Takimoto hit his first career home run last night. He steps in with 2 out, nobody on, bottom of the second inning, and he swings at a first pitch fastball and sends it back out of play. First career home run. He's hitting .368. Has driven in 6. Prosky's next pitch. This fastball lined back to the screen. It's 0-2. Got to talk to Itsuki before the game, and he pointed exactly to the part of the bat that baseball hit when he strung it out of the park over the right field fences last night. 0-2. Fastball high and away and pops out of the glove of Vargas. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I remember before the season started, he was saying that his timing was something that he was still kind of getting comfortable with. He feels good about his timing and kind of staying back on the fastball. It's been his strategy. 1-2. Fastball. Itsuki lines it into left center field. That's going to drop into the gap. Takimoto rounding first. He's going to ease his way into second base with a 2-out double. Listen to this crowd. They absolutely love this kid. Takimoto's second double of the year. And the first hit against Prosky. That extra base hit brought to you by Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union, proud supporters of UH Athletics. So Takimoto getting his gear off, put that neon green oven mitt on, and Kamana Nahaku will step in. Nahaku hitting .302, a home run, 7 runs driven in. Prosky looks over at second. Not a big lead for Takemoto, and Nahaku takes down low, ball one. Takemoto's still trying to fit that glove on his right hand. Not a threat to make much of a move off of second. 1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch. Fastball. Nahaku sends it back foul. And that one off the screen lands down to the front row. For the series, Kamada 3 for 7. Homered on Friday against Tyler Bremner. 2 RBI, 2 runs scored. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a roller towards short. Backhanded by Nunez. Hesitates. Throws to first. And Nahaku beats it out. Nunez seemed to have trouble planting his feet on the turf. And by the time he just kind of sidewinded it over to first, Nahaku was able to get his foot right on that extra base on the foul side of first. Just as the ball got there. Remember now in college baseball, you've got first base inside fair territory. You got the runner's base to the right, which is in green here at UH. Infield single for Nahaku. Takemoto gets over to third. And now Draven Nushida. Hawaii threatening here in the second inning. And Nushida takes a fastball right over the heart of the plate for strike one. Nushida hitting .357 with 12 runs driven in. Hitting from the left side against the righty Prosky. 2 for 4 yesterday with 2 runs batted in. 0-1. Yoshida swings. Oh, look out. That is foul. That nearly clipped Takemoto. Oh, he had to turn chuck and duck down to his right and avoid that one as he was a couple of feet in foul territory. Itsuki is fine. But he had a laser flashing right in front of his eyes. 0-2, they'll throw over to first. Nahaku back in. Kamada 3 for 5 at stolen base opportunities. Hawaii steals at a 74.5% clip. 0-2. Prosky nods and delivers. And a changeup taken low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. What a good crowd here this Sunday. Upper level filling up really good. Snaps it over to first. Nahaku just got back. Didn't see a signal from the first base umpire, but he's going to step in as Nahaku. That was kind of an awkward slide. Takes off his helmet. And we'll get back in. That ball seemed to be a little low. Nahaku, I think that's his sunglasses he takes off there. Takemoto at third, Nahaku at first, 2 away. No score, bottom of the second. Prosky hands below the belt. He fires. Fastball, bouncer up the middle, but the shortstop, Nunez, played it perfectly, goes a couple steps to his left, steps on second base, and that will end the inning on the 6 unassisted fielder's choice. No runs on 2 hits. No errors and 2 base runners left. We've completed 2. No score between the Gauchos and the Rainbow Warriors. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Building a winning program requires vision, careful planning, and expert execution. Since 1994, Ushijima Architects has provided the highest quality professional planning and design services for various projects throughout our state. Our highly experienced team provides the full spectrum of services, from feasibility studies and master plans to complete architectural design work. Call us today at 808-946-9544. Ushijima Architects is a proud sponsor of University of Hawaii Baseball.
Sports Stand Sporting Goods is Hawaii's best baseball and softball store. At Sports Stand, you'll experience the largest selection of baseball and softball gloves and bats in Hawaii. You know the rules. Quality sporting goods always at a price you can afford. Stop by Sports Stand Sporting Goods in beautiful downtown Waipio, 94547 Uke'e Street, Suite 303. Or give them a call at 808-676-STAND. That's 808-676-7826. Remember, at Sports Stand, it's not just sporting goods, it's a way of life.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
So the third inning, no score. UC Santa Barbara nothing, Hawaii nothing. The third inning is brought to you by Ushijima Architects Incorporated. One game, looks like it's just gone final. Cal State Fullerton gets its first win in conference play. 12-5 over UC San Diego. So they salvage the final game of that 3-game series. Just their 6th win of the season. 1-5 in the conference. UC San Diego now 11-8. 3-3 in the Big West. Cole Kosciuszko, number 8 hitter, leads off against Cooper Walls. And he'll take a breaking ball low and inside and bouncing away from Verhelde Diaz, the catcher. Kosciuszko hitting .226, a home run, 9 RBI. Next pitch, fastball misses away. 2 balls and no strikes. Kosciuszko 1 for 4 with a run driven in last night's 15-7 loss. So with all the results today, there will be a second consecutive series as 2-0, fastball outside, 3-0, where an undefeated conference team will come into Manoa. It was UC Santa Barbara this week who was 3-0. They're now 4-1. UC Davis is 3-0 next week. 3-0 is low for ball 4. Leadoff walk to the Gaucho right fielder will bring Corey Nunez to the plate. Nunez had an appearance last night. He comes in, hit it 156 with 2 RBI. And keep in mind, next week is a Saturday, Sunday, Monday series. They got exams at UC Davis. So that series changes. Evening game Saturday, day game Sunday, evening game Monday. Nunez showing bunt. Did he pop it back? I think he did. And it's a foul ball. Rich Hill had noted, I want to say it was yesterday, that extra day of preparation and conditioning. We're going to get an offensive timeout here from UC Santa Barbara. As one of their assistant coaches goes over, brings Nunez and Xavier Esker over to talk about the plan of attack here against Walls. So that's another intriguing series. We hope you can make it out there or here. Again, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. All 3 games right here on ESPN Honolulu next weekend. 0-1 to Nunez, who shows bunt once again. Pitch from Walls. Ooh, look out. That's a slider up and in and over Nunez's head. 1 ball and 1 strike. You don't want to be too fine here. It's early. It's the 3rd inning. Walls has pitched well. 1-1. That's pushed first base side, and it's foul. Came up and in on Nunez, and he just tried to push bunt. And it went foul pretty quickly. 1 ball, 2 strikes. You would imagine that takes the bunt sign away. It's Nunez. No, he's showing bunt. 1-2. Puts the bunt down right in front of the mound. Walls off the mound. Tosses it over to first to get the sure out. So sacrifice goes 1-3. And Kosciuszko gets over to second base. That's belief in your number 9 hitter that he can get the job done. Top of the order for Xavier Esker, who flied out to center on the first pitch of the game. Gauchos nothing, Rainbow Warriors nothing, top of the 3rd inning. Esker 1 for 4 with a double and a run driven in yesterday, and he takes a slider up and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Never gave you his numbers coming in just because he swung the bat in the first pitch. But his numbers at the moment hitting .329 with 4 home runs and 16 RBI. Next pitch, that runs over the inside half of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Esker, 16 RBI, tied for second on the team with Jack Holman, who happens to be on deck. 1-1. Slider. Missing a tad inside. 2 balls and a strike. Walls so far, a hit, a walk in 2 1/3 innings. Runner in scoring position at second, 2-1. Slider, that's popped up. Third base side foul territory. This is Nushida, the third baseman. Shades on, he makes the catch. Well below the third base coach's box for out number 2. Jack Holman will step in. Holman lined out to right back in the first inning. I mean, hit it sharply right at Quant, who maybe moved a couple steps, but not far. Holman entered the .338 with a team-high 6 home runs. Pitch to the left-handed hitter. A changeup down and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. And Wall's paying attention to that runner at second base. He was still peeking there as he was starting his delivery down to the plate. One and 0. Right-hander's pitch. A slider. That gets the outside corner, strike 1. Third start for Walls this year. 5th appearance overall. 1 ball, 1 strike. Walls' pitch. Fastball misses up and outside. 2-1. Very early on, with the opportunities Walls got, Hawaii identified him as someone that could be a regular in the rotation down the road. 2-1. Breaking ball popped in the air. This out toward shallow center. Coming in is Miura on the H. He makes the catch and ends the inning. The leadoff walk doesn't burn Hawaii at the end of the day. No runs, no hits, no errors in 1 left to the home half of the 3rd. UC Santa Barbara nothing and Hawaii nothing. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
How do you get 100% of your work done when you're 40% short-staffed? Across Hawaii, city and state departments grapple with thousands of vacant positions. And with fewer workers, that means longer lines at the DMV, delayed building permits, and slowdowns in essential services. The government could resolve this by offering more competitive wages and benefits. For you, we hope they do. A message brought to you by HGEA, because Hawaii works best when we do.
Abbey Carpet and Floor, voted Hawaii's best carpet and flooring company. Stop by Abbey's showroom on Nimitz Highway and see the amazing 7MTC flooring. This revolutionary product is made out of melamine. It's resistant to fading, stains, and even pet scratches. Come by and see the Scratch Test Challenge. 7MTC, available now at Abbey Carpet and Floor.
Abbey Carpet and Floor, where Hawaii goes for flooring.
Contractor's license number C19140.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Bottom of inning number 3. Hawaii just 2 hits. UC Santa Barbara just 1. We are scoreless as both Calvin Prosky and Cooper Walls have pitched wells for their respective sides. Hawaii will have the freshman David Verhel de Dios, followed by Matthew Miura and Shunsuke Sakaino against the right-handed sophomore Calvin Prosky. a little bit later on, and we think we'll be on the air right around that time, the WBIT selection show, followed where the Rainbow Wahine basketball team will be going. As Prosky's first pitch for Helde Dios swings and misses on a fastball up, strike one. Of course, Hawaii losing in the Big West Tournament semifinals last Friday to the ultimately the Big West champion UC San Diego. 0-1. Fastball right over the middle of the plate, strike two. The WBIT selection show is at ncaa.com, 3 p.m. 0-2. Fastball. This one floated down the right field line. That's a fair ball. It landed right on the line. For Helde Dios slipped as he was getting around first. He was trying for second base, and he'll have to stumble back over to first. That is the first career hit for Helde Dios, the freshman from Kahului. And that one right on the foul line. I'd say about 15, 20 feet into shallow right. So, leadoff man gets on. That's a memorable way to get your leadoff hit. Right on the foul line, trying to get second base, and he slips on the turf. But hey, you're on base. Top of the order for Matthew Miura, who struck out looking his first time up. They'll check on Helde Dios, and he slides back in safely at first. Hawaii's third hit of the afternoon. Prosky readies and delivers. A called strike right over the outer half of the plate. 0-1. Prosky so far, that was pitch number 33. 3 hits, 3 strikeouts. Has not walked a batter. Oh, 1. Swing. That's line back foul. 0-2. Say hello to our friend Harrison Kuroda. He is on a plane with free Wi-Fi. So he's listening to the game while he is thousands and thousands of feet in the air. That's pretty cool. Gotta love technology nowadays. See if he stays awake, though. 0-2. Fastball. Caught the outside corner. Miura arms up. Unhappy with the call as Ortiz gave Prosky the outer edge for out number 1. Second time Miura has been punched out looking. 1 down, 1 on for Shunsuke Sakaino, who also struck out looking in the first inning. No score, bottom of the third. I don't know if Harry's one of those guys that can stay awake on a long flight. Was that 5 hours plus on the way to California? Pitch to Sakaino is outside, 1-0. To which he says, "Of course I'm staying awake. You say that now." That's also traveling with kids. I'm sure that's part of it too. 1-0. Prosky's pitch is a strike called knee high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Scott Robbs will rejoin me on Saturday. He'll be here for the entire weekend. Scott, one of the busiest people in this industry. Television last 3 nights for volleyball at the Outrigger Invitational. 1-1. Swing. This is ripped down the right field line, but that will one hop into the Heineken hangout as it goes foul. One of the best hit baseballs against Prosky. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Men's volleyball lost last night to USC in 4 sets, so USC took home the Outrigger Invitational title. One and two. They're not holding for Helde Dios. Pitch. Swing and a miss. What a filthy breaking ball. Bottom of the zone running in on Sakaino, and he strikes out. He is struck out twice. 5th K for Prosky. And with 2 out, a runner at first base, here is Ben Ziegler-Namoa. I was talking to him earlier before the game. Given the electricity of last night, I asked him, what did that feel like? And he said, in typical Ben Ziegler-Namoa fashion, he said, it's just another game. He's not one of those guys that gets too high or too low. Pitch, check swing. Did he go? I see an appeal, and he did, says John Flanagan. Strike 1. That was a breaking ball that bounced right at the plate. Flanagan standing right in front of second base based on the 3-man umpire positioning. 0-1. Prosky nods and delivers. Fastball away. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's one of the reasons why Ziegler-Namoa doesn't have too many highs and too many lows when he's playing the game, because he doesn't get too jumpy about things. 1-1. Fastball lined to the screen and foul. Count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. So 2 out in the bottom of the 3rd. Just a very calculated player. Prosky trying to limit the damage off of the blue pit to start the inning. 1-2. Swing. This is lined over Mendez, the second baseman, and into right field. Vergel de Dios is going to challenge for 3, and he'll get there sliding in. So Ziegler-Namoa comes up with a hit. Runners now at the corners with 2 out. And Jared Quant was kind of the guy that you want up in this position, coming to the plate with 2 out. Quant struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. Leads the team with 15 RBI coming in. Had his second 3-hit game of the season last night. Went 3 for 5, a double, 3 RBI. Pitch to Quant. Swings and sends it back to the screen, foul. UC Santa Barbara 0. Hawaii 0. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. I can't see the lower levels here at Les Murakami Stadium, at least behind home plate. As the 0-1. Swing. Quant drives this out of play to the left. But this is almost as good as last night's crowd. The upper levels have filled up really nicely. No balls, 2 strikes. Prosky's pitch. Quant checks his swing, and it's poked back foul. I don't think this is a sellout, but based on the way this crowd looks, it seems, again, I can't see downstairs. Can only see about 4 or 5 rows up behind the dugouts, but this seems like this is, well, it's obvious. This is the best Sunday crowd of the year by far. 0-2. Swing. Quant hits it through the right side, base hit. Scoring is Vergel de Dios. Around second, heading for 3rd is Ziegler-Namoa. He's in. A 2-out base hit for Quant, and Hawaii strikes first. It is 1-0 here in the 3rd. Just put it on the ground right through the whole right side of the diamond. And Quant comes through with his 16th RBI of the season. And we'll get a meeting on the mound, and Andrew Checketts is going to come out here and get everybody together. And we might see our first sign of bullpen action. Reed Mooring, who is a right-hander walking out there and should start throwing here soon. Really, first sign of trouble for Prosky, who has pitched really well. The leadoff single from Vergel de Dios struck out 2. Then Ziegler Namoa, sharp single to right. Quant knocking one through the right side. 2 on, 2 out. Elijah Iquez up, flight out to right. Back in the second inning. Pitch to Iquez. Swings and puts it in the air, shallow right. Second baseman Mendez circling near the line. He'll make the catch. And that ends the inning. But Hawaii draws first here in the third inning. 1 run comes in on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 base runners left through 3. It's Hawaii 1 and UC Santa Barbara nothing. You're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Dreaming of owning a home? At Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union, we're here to make it happen. With competitive rates and a local team who understand the Hawaii housing market. Whether you're looking to buy your first home or upgrading, our friendly, experienced team is here to guide you every step of the way. For details or today's rates, call our mortgage hotline at 808-844-8048 or visit hawaiiusafcu.com/mortgages. Hawaii USA, life matters. An equal housing lender.
Hardware Hawaii. Customer first in Kailua.
Hi, this is Eddie. I'm the lead lumber for Hardware Hawaii, Kailua. I like helping customers find what they need. It's not like another stranger just shopping here. My customers are like my friends, and then I just help them all, and I feel good, and it just makes my day. We're out here in the lumberyard ready to serve you.
Hardware Hawaii. Customer first in Kailua.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
We go to the 4th, Hawaii leading 1-0 on a gorgeous Sunday with a fantastic Sunday crowd. Looking to see Hawaii pick up a series win over a ranked team here at home. While we have a moment, we pause 10 seconds for station ID. You're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu, presented by Sports Stand Sporting Goods.
Your official radio home of University of Hawaii Sports is ESPN Honolulu, KKEA Honolulu, 1420 AM and 92.7 FM.
Josh Pacheco from the Robs Leahy press box at Les Murakami Stadium. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for Hawaii. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for UC Santa Barbara. 3, 4, and 5 for the Gauchos against Cooper Walls. Jonathan Mendez up first. He singled in inning number 1. That's the lone Gaucho hit. And he swings to the first pitch, floats it into right field, gets a hit. So Mendez now 2 for 2. And UC Santa Barbara trying to come right back after you're giving up a run in the last half inning. I'll bring up Isaac Kim. You cannot help but to have flashbacks to the end of the 2023 season when UC Santa Barbara and its postseason hopes were on the line. Slider misses down and away 1-0, and Hawaii came in and made this a house of horrors for the Gauchos, took the series, and ultimately UC Santa Barbara would miss the NCAAs. 1-0. Here's a roller right side. Sakino has it. We'll flip to Iquez for second at 1. Throw to first, double play. Sakino to Iquez covering second, to Ziegler Namoa at first. 4-6-3 twin killing. There's 2 out. I wasn't sure if Sakino was going to flip it over to Iquez because that ball was rolling slowly on the right side of the diamond, but felt the confidence to move it over and starts the double play. 2 out, nobody on. 1-0 Hawaii, top of the 4th, and Nate Vargas, who is 0 for 1, will step up. First pitch to the left-handed hitter is a changeup running inside. 1 ball and no strikes. I mean, that series had that controversial play with Jared Kwan in the left-handed batter's box. This one ripped into the seats. That's foul. Back row is section F. 1 ball and 1 strike. Andrew Checketts, I think, got ejected from that second to last game. I think on that very call that went over to replay review. 1-1, bouncer to the right of the mound. Sakino, the second baseman, charges, throws on the run to first, and gets the out. Even after that leadoff hit, that was still a 6-pitch 4th inning for Cooper Walls. No runs a hit thanks to the double play. Nobody left. 1-0 Hawaii to the bottom of the 4th. You're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Everyone knows Young's Fish Market for their Hawaiian food specialties and home of the Wow Lao Lao. But did you know they can cater your next baby luau, wedding, or corporate outing? Kalua pig, squid luau, chicken long rice, shoyu poke, lomi salmon, and choice of lao lao. Check out youngsfishmarket.com and order their various courses. Delivery and serving equipment rental available. Young's Fish Market in Kalihi at City Square.
At Dow Electric Supply, we're your local-based company with your needs in mind. We see the light in Hawaii, and rest assured, we are with you all the way. Our sales counter and will call are here to serve Hawaii's electricians, developers, utility companies, businesses, and homeowners. The Dial Lighting Gallery showroom is open by appointment only. Go online to www.dialelectricsupply.com. Open weekdays from 7 to 3. At Dial Electric Supply, we see the light.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Just like Friday night, we got a good pitcher's duel here at the ballpark. Calvin Prosky's allowed to run on 5 hits. Cooper Walls through 3.5, well, through his 4, just 2 hits. Both have pitched well, but it's Jared Quant's RBI single that's the difference, so 1-0 Hawaii lead. Suki Takimoto will step in to start the bottom of inning number 4. Takimoto doubled to left center field his first time up. Harry Kuroda was mentioning this last night, seeing 17 shirts that they sell in the concourse as first pitch breaking ball left up, but taken for a strike. I was just looking around, seeing a couple more. Those shirts are getting kind of popular. 0-1. Takimoto lines it to left field. Coming in, diving and making the catch is left fielder Holman to rob Takimoto of a hit. 1 away. And I think he's the only player downstairs that has like a set of his own shirts and stuff that you can actually buy. Welcome to the era of NIL. And that's fun. Pitch to Nahaku is a fastball up and away. 1 ball, no strikes. There's like there's a clothing distributor that has its logo on it. It's got his name on the back. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Soft speed pitch running down. 1 ball and 1 strike to Nahaku. 1-1. Next pitch. Fastball. Misses high and outside. Vargas once again not able to frame the pitch. 2-1. Kosciuszko, the right fielder, a couple of steps in at his position. Bunt shown, and Nahaku almost just protecting himself, kept the bunt forward, and he fouls it third base side. That fastball was running right in and up. And he just could not keep the bat away. Takes off his glasses, takes off the helmet for a moment, and now we'll step back in. He looks fine. That one was whizzing right near his face. Prosky ready. And he winds his 2-2. Swing, and that's right back to Prosky on a hop. Underhands it to first and retires Nahaku. And that was kind of a 3-quarter swing from Nahaku But right on a hop, Prosky reached his left glove across his body, was able to snare it, and give it over first base for out number 2. 2 down, nobody on. Hawaii leading 1-0 home half of the 4th. And Traven Nushida steps up. Grounded into an inning-ending fielder's choice. Back in the 2nd. And the pitch to him is a curveball running down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch from the sophomore Prosky. Fastball, Nushida in on the hands, floats it down the left field line, but that is hooking foul. It's been a good year for the transfer, Nushida. By the way, watching the women's tournament selection show in here, UC San Diego, the Big West champ, is in as a 16 seed and will play in the first 4. Ooh. They'll have to play Southern for the right to face UCLA. That first 4 game, I think, is on Wednesday. 1-1 to Nushida. Swinging a high chopper right side. Second baseman Mendez, shallow right field. Gloves it, throws it to first, gets the out. And Prosky recovers from giving up the run in the 3rd with a 1-2-3-4. We'll head to inning number 5. Hawaii nursing a 1-0 lead. You're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Sports Stand Sporting Goods is Hawaii's best baseball and softball store. At Sports Stand, you'll experience the largest selection of baseball and softball gloves and bats in Hawaii. You know the rules. Quality sporting goods, always at a price you can afford. Stop by Sports Stand Sporting Goods in beautiful downtown Waipio, 94-547 Uke'e Street, Suite 303. Or give them a call at 808-676-STAN. That's 808-676-7826. Remember, at Sports Stand, it's not just sporting goods, it's a way of life.
Ready for UH football, man?
Yep, check this out.
Oh.
The round sound, that works.
Whoa, I'm ready, bro.
Yeah, watch this.
How come the blender went off?
Huh?
The blender in the kitchen went off, bro.
Nah.
Try again.
Oh, man.
Okay, we can make some that kind of fruit smoothies.
When you want your home or business wired right, call a unionized electrical contractor. 847-5341.
IBEW, Local 1186, lighting your path to the future.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
We'll head to the 5th inning. Hawaii leading 1-0 on UC Santa Barbara. Cooper Walls getting his warm-up tosses in. He's gone 4. He gets an out here. It will be his longest outing of the season. We learned this news before the game, and I guess it was very, very close to game time. There was a moment of silence that took place before the game for the passing of Cindy Lewis. Cindy Lewis was a trailblazer in this industry, was well respected in covering men's and women's volleyball. As first pitch to Trey McCollum is a strike. McCollum 0 for 1. The first woman to lead a sports department in this state. Covered University of Hawaii sports for 4 decades. She's in the UH Sports Circle of Honor. 0-1 is down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Learned of her passing. Apparently, it happened this morning. Cindy Lewis passing away. 1-1. McCollum off the end of the bat. Floats it into center field. That will drop in front of Miura. So a leadoff single from McCollum here in the 5th inning. Cindy's volleyball encyclopedia, just unmatched. I was also reminded when we learned of the passing of our friend and the voice of University of Hawaii sports on radio, Bobby Kern, that Cindy, I think, worked a game with him, I think, in volleyball. First pitch misses outside of Jeremiah Crane, 1-0. And Cindy could tell stories. We've had a couple of interviews with her, and she shared a lot of interesting things with us. 1 ball, no strikes. Check over at first, and McCollum is back in. I say this with a very heavy heart. She is sorely, sorely missed. And our thoughts are condolences for family. Another check on McCollum. Just really, really awful to hear. 1-0 to Crane. 1-0 Hawaii, top of the 5th inning. Pitch. Breaking ball, high chopper to second. Sakaino waits for it, fields the high hop, throws to first, and gets the out. McCollum over to second base on the ground ball out, and there's one away. That play was made a little closer because that ball took a very high hop off the turf. Sakaino had to get up off the ground, glove it, and that throw to first was very, very, very quick. Barely beat Crane to the bag. 1 out, McCollum in scoring position. Here's Cole Kosciuszko, who walked and was stranded at second base back in the 3rd inning. Pitch. Fastball away, 1 ball, no strikes. Kosciuszko was the first UCSB base runner to make it into scoring position back in the 3rd inning. Now McCollum joins him here in the 5th. 1-0. Slider gets the outside corner, strike 1. And with that out, by the way, Walls' longest outing of the season. 1 ball, 1 strike. Walls looks at second. Here's his pitch. Another slider. That paints the outside corner again to the left-handed hitter. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Walls certainly making the case that he can own that Sunday spot in the rotation. 1-2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Breaking ball in the carpet. Kosciuszko didn't even try to go over to first with first base open. And Verhelde Diaz tags him out for out number 2. First strikeout for Walls. And with 2 away, runner at second, Corey Nunez will step in. Nunez sacrifice bunt in the 3rd inning. Walls' pitch count is at 52. Here at 2 out of the 5th. Look over at second. Pitch to Nunez is swung on, sent out to center. Miura moving back. Now settles. He makes the catch. And for the second time, a runner stranded in scoring position. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a base runner left on base. We will head to the bottom of the 5th. Hawaii 1, UC Santa Barbara nothing. You're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
How do you get 100% of your work done when you're 40% short-staffed? Across Hawaii, city and state departments grapple with thousands of vacant positions. And with fewer workers, that means longer lines at the DMV, delayed building permits, and slowdowns in essential services. The government could resolve this by offering more competitive wages and benefits. For you, we hope they do. A message brought to you by HGEA, because Hawaii works best when we do.
Aloha from Waiakea. As a proud corporate sponsor of University of Hawaii Athletics, we're committed to keeping our athletes and fans hydrated with delicious volcanic water straight from the Big Island. Rooted in Hawaiian values, we believe in honoring the Aina, land, supporting our community, and living with aloha in everything we do. You can find us at most stores across the islands or learn more at waiakea.com. Live aloha, drink Waiakea.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
1-0 Hawaii in the bottom of the 5th inning. If you're just tuning in, it has been a fantastic Sunday matchup here between Calvin Prosky and Cooper Walls. And while both have looked very good, the RBI single from Jared Quant has been the difference. As Hawaii looking to take the weekend series against the 15th ranked team in the nation, according to the D1Baseball.com poll. David Verhelde Dios had his first career hit back in the third inning, a blooper down the right field line that landed right on the foul line. And he takes a changeup low. 1 ball, no strikes. Top of the order will wrap around with Miura and Sakino right after Verhelde Dios. 1-0. It's another breaking ball downstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. UC Santa Barbara, 15th in the D1Baseball.com top 25. 2-0, fastball, a strike over the inner half, 2-1. Number 24 in the Baseball America top 25. Not sure what baseball voters there were looking at. 2-1. Ooh, look out. That comes high and in, and that got Verhelde Dios on his arm. And the freshman will take first. Top of the order now for Miura, who has struck out looking twice. I say that because Baseball America had UC Irvine at number 18. And that is the only poll to have UC Irvine ranked. Look at a pinch hitter or a pinch runner for Verhelde Dios, and it will be Connor Palmera who will run for him. This in-game adjustment brought to you by Lex Brody's Tire Company. Wear your University of Hawaii apparel when you visit any Oahu Lex Brody's location and get an additional 5% off your purchase. So Miura 0 for 2, Palmera at first. Nobody out bottom of the 5th. Third baseman creeping in. They'll throw to first and check on Palmera. He's back. Hunter Faldo sick, as we would learn before the game. Not sure his availability if he is needed in this game. The emergency catcher is Aiden Cooney. Pitch to Miura, who shows bunt and slices it foul back. The other polls, UC Santa Barbara, the USA Today coaches poll at number 17. Also number 17 in the National Collegiate Baseball Writers Association top 25. Hawaii receiving votes in those latter 2 polls, so is UC Irvine. They dropped out of the coaches poll after losing the game to Long Beach State last week. Palmera leading off the first. Prosky nods his 0-1. Bunt shown again. Miura can't put it down. That was twirling over the outer half, and Miura couldn't get a piece of it. It's 0-2. You got to imagine Hawaii's going to get a few more eyes on this team, especially after 15 runs last night. 0-2, the pitch. Fastball, strike 3 called. And Miura down looking for a third time. It has been a very frustrating afternoon at the plate for Matt Miura. 1 away. And here's Shunsuke Sakino. He has struck out twice. 1-0 Hawaii bottom 5. But a couple things that happened last night. Hawaii scored 15. No team has scored 15 on UC Santa Barbara this year. The last team to do it was actually last March. It was Oregon, who scored 16 there in Eugene. Pitch to Ziegler Namo, or check this to Sakino, is flying into right center field. Coming over is McCollum, the center fielder. He makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 away, 1 on. Ben Ziegler Namoa up. Hawaii leading 1-0, and Ziegler Namoa singled his last time. He's 1 for 2. And I didn't realize it. It was actually UC Santa Barbara's website that had posted this stat last night. 25 consecutive wins in Big West play snapped last night with Hawaii's win. They had won every game going back to April 7th was their last loss back in 2024. They're not holding Palmera at first. Pitch to Ziegler Namoa, lined the other way into left center field, but the left fielder Holman going over toward the alley. He makes the catch and ends the inning. No runs, no hits. 1 man left. We have completed 5. Hawaii leads UCSB 1-0. You're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Welcome to the 2025 NFL Draft on ESPN Radio. The NFL Draft is now underway. Live from historic Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. With the first pick, it all begins with round 1. The Tennessee Titans select
On ESPN Honolulu, 92.7 FM at 1420 AM.
Abbey Carpet and Floor, voted Hawaii's best carpet and flooring company. Stop by Abbey's showroom on Nimitz Highway and see the amazing 7MTC flooring. This revolutionary product is made out of melamine. It's resistant to fading, stains, and even pet scratches. Come by and see the Scratch Test Challenge. 7MTC, available now at Abbey Carpet and Floor.
Abbey Carpet and Floor, where Hawaii goes for flooring.
Contractor's license number C19140.
Tune in before every University of Hawaii baseball game for the Rich Hill Show. We'll talk to the fourth-year head coach about the previous and upcoming game, pitching matchups, and highlight some key players. The Rich Hill Show, presented by the Hawaii Wall and Ceiling Industry Association.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu. Brought to you by Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union.
We go to the 6th inning. Cooper Walls is coming back out. Longest outing of the year, and he has been very, very efficient. 53 pitches through 5, a strikeout, a walk, 3 hits. Hawaii leading 1-0. The 6th inning brought to you by Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union for life. Top of the order to face the right-handed freshman, Xavier Esker, who is 0 for 2. Fouled out to the third baseman, Draven Nushida, back in the 3rd inning. That was his last time up. Third baseman Nushida is a couple of steps in at his position. First pitch to Esker is sent into the air right side. That will go foul. 0-1. Jack Holman, Jonathan Mendez will follow. 0-1. And the pitch from Walls. Curveball down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. I was talking to Darren Iha, the SID, earlier. When was the last time that Hawaii has won a series against a ranked opponent? 1-1. Breaking ball over the inside corner, strike 2. And he said he couldn't find the answer to that. There are so many polls. The poll of record right now is the D1Baseball.com poll. Slider over the inside corner. There's strike 3. Esker punched out on a backdoor slider. There's 1 away. Second K for Walls, and it seems like he's just getting better. 1 away. Jack Holman up. He is 0 for 2. I mean, you've got so many polls, but because there are so many polls, not often are the actual rankings and statistics kept all that well. Here's a fly ball out to left field. Nahaku moving back toward the track. He reaches out, makes the catch. About a couple of paces onto the warning track in left field. There's out number 2. I'm sure there's an answer, but it is very, 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 very deep in the archives. Cooper Walls is 1 out away from a quality start. He'll face Jonathan Mendez, who has 2 of the 3 base hits against Walls today. A couple of singles. 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 4th. 1-0 Hawaii, top of the 6th inning. Walls unwinds and deals. A curveball looping over the inside part of the dish for strike 1. Of the 59 pitches that he has thrown, 37 for strikes. Next one, another off-speed pitch, swung on and missed, 0-2. This is a really, really gutsy effort from the right-hander. And putting the Big West on notice here. Here's the 0-2. Swing, curveball down and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nahaku actually playing the deepest of anybody out in left field. Pitch. This is lined off into the glove of Iquez, reaching out to his left. Picks it out of the air and makes the catch. And another 1-2-3 frame for Cooper Walls. To the bottom of the sixth, it's 1-0 Hawaii. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
The Hawaii Wall and Ceiling Industry Association is looking for skilled drywall installers, finishers, and cement plasterers. Whether you're a journeyman or an apprentice, we offer great opportunities for career growth in Hawaii's thriving construction industry. You'll enjoy benefits like health insurance, paid vacation, and a retirement plan. If you're dependable and excited about being part of a great industry, call Lisa at 808-271-4195 or go to hwcia.com. That's hwcia.com and apply.
Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union and HGEA present the Charlie Wade Show Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. at Ruby Tuesday in the Moanalua Shopping Center. This is Kanoa Leahy. Join me and Coach Wade as we get the latest on UH Rainbow Warrior Volleyball. Catch the show in person at Ruby Tuesday and enjoy great food and cold drinks. And if you can't make it down, listen live on ESPN Honolulu or ESPNHonolulu.com. The Charlie Wade Show is brought to you by IBEW Local 1186, Hawaii Pacific Health, and Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Hawaii 1, UC Santa Barbara 0. As we move to the bottom of the sixth inning, Calvin Prosky back out, and he will face the middle of the Hawaii batting order as UC Santa Barbara's bullpen gets back into motion, and the left-hander Cole Triba, a sophomore from Long Beach, gets up and loosening. Hawaii Baseball brought to you by the Hawaii Wall and Ceiling Industry Association. They're hiring journeymen and apprentices. Grow your career. Go to hwcia.com. That's hwcia.com today to apply. Jared Kwan has driven in the lone run of this game, an RBI single in the third. And the pitch, he shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes an off-speed pitch for a strike on the outer half. It's 0-1. Kwan, then Iquez, then Takemoto. Next pitch, swing, and that's lined back. Prosky, yes, he's given up the one run, but his line's been very good. 6 strikeouts, no walks. A run on 5 hits. He has thrown 66 pitches. His line has been very, very good. Unfortunately, Cooper Walls has just been better. I say unfortunately for Prosky. Long pause. The nod. Now the 0-2. Fastball up and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I was going to look, and I just kind of paused. We'll wait here. 1-2. Fouled in and out of the glove of Vargas, the catcher. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. I was going to look, and I guess I might as well. The last time that UC Santa Barbara lost a series, and not including the regional last year, played in Santa Barbara. 1-2, swing and a miss. Change up, Quant swings out in front, and he's retired for the second time on strikes. 1 away, and here comes Elijah Iquez, who is 0 for 2. You'd have to go deep into the archives to find out. I mean, heck, UCSB ended the regular season with 14 consecutive wins last year. Time is called. The home plate umpire is pointing towards something toward the Hawaii dugout, and it looks like we're fine. Iquez 0 for 2, pitch to him. And slings low and away. 1 ball, no strikes. They did lose the series at Cal Poly last year. Next pitch, swing, that's laced foul. Third base side. 1-1. And that was, they lost the first game. They won the second in 12 innings and then lost the finale 3-6. They lost, that was one of 2 series they lost last year. 1-1, bunt shown, fastball to strike in the outer corner, 1-2. They lost a series at Campbell at the beginning of the year. Now, keep in mind, they were hoping to have their home field ready, but it wasn't. So they had to travel to North Carolina to play that series. Lost the last two. 1-2. Fastball, strike three called. Alex Ortiz emphatically punches out Iquez, 2 away. Back-to-back strikeouts for Prosky here in the 6th. And Itsuki Takimoto will step in. I mean, that's 2 series losses, but still a 44-14 year last year for UCSB. Let's see, Rich Hill is pointing toward the dugout. Home plate umpires chastising him for something. Is it because he's been staying outside the third base coach's box? I mean, he's been like sauntering toward the dugout, testing the outer limits of that third base coach's box, and he's told to get back there. I thought for a moment he was going to look for a pinch hitter out of the dugout. Pinch hit for Takimoto? Of course not. Pitch to Itsuki is down and in, ball 1. Doubled into left center in the 2nd inning. Lined out. Holman robbed him of a hit in left field back in the 4th. 1-0. Breaking ball. Takimoto buckles at the knees but takes low. 2 balls and no strikes. Still kind of just buzzing after that home run that he hit last night. 2-0 fastball, and Takimoto punches it on the ground foul. 2-1. I mean, I still have goosebumps thinking back to that home run last night. 2-1, Prosky's pitch. Takimoto takes a fastball shoulder level, 3-1. And just how electric that crowd was when that ball left the yard. 3-1. And Takimoto takes high and away for a 5-pitch walk. First walk issued by Prosky, along with 8 strikeouts. And Kamada Nahaku will be up next. You wonder here what the limit is for Prosky because his pitch count's at 78. He's pitched really well. Andrew Checketts knows better than anybody, being the pitching mastermind he is, what Prosky's limit is. I mean, he's got Triba once again warming in the bullpen. He's got to be close to being ready as Nahaku looks at a fastball, strike 1 over the outside half. One to nothing Hawaii. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Sophomore Prosky at 6'3". He's been impressive. 0-1. Swing and a foul tip back. 0-2. The 8 strikeouts, season high. He had 5 last week against CSUN. In fact, I'll do one better. It's a career high. 0-2, pitch out. And Takimoto, who was not being held, is back there at first. 1 ball, 2 strikes. First baseman Kim is right behind Takimoto. Now he'll backpedal. Pitch. Swing and a miss. 9th K for Prosky as Nahaku went after an off-speed pitch up and out of the zone, and the 2-out walk is stranded. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a base runner left. Through 6, Hawaii leads UC Santa Barbara 1-0. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Building a winning program requires vision, careful planning, and expert execution. Since 1994, Ushijima Architects has provided the highest quality professional planning and design services for various projects throughout our state. Our highly experienced team provides the full spectrum of services, from feasibility studies and master plans to complete architectural design work. Call us today at 808-946-9544. Ushijima Architects is a proud sponsor of University of Hawaii Baseball.
Had too much to drink tonight? Before you start your car, think. The police will set up sobriety checkpoints around the state. Besides getting arrested and losing your license, you could kill yourself and others around you. It can happen to you. So if you're driving impaired right now, park the car. Call your family or a taxi to pick you up. Remember, drunk driving, over the limit, under arrest. Don't drink and drive. Sponsored by the State Department of Transportation, County Police Departments, the Hawaii Association of Broadcasters, and this station.
Aloha, this is Stan Mahilona from Sports Stan. You're listening to University of Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Hawaii leading 1-0 as we move to the top of the 7th inning. You want to know how confident Hawaii is in Cooper Walls? Nobody's been warming in the bullpen. That might change pretty soon. I see Vergel de Dios, who's now the bullpen catcher with Connor Palmera behind the plate, slowly walking out there. So we might see some action soon. Cooper Walls, 6 innings, no runs, 3 hits, 2 strikeouts, and a walk. He has thrown just 62 pitches. The Isaac Kim, Nate Vargas, and Latrey McCollum to face Walls. What an effort here for the freshman. The right-hander kicks and delivers. Kim takes strike 1. Fastball over the outer half. Kim 0 for 2, grounded into a 4.63 double play his last time. Seems like the velo, the fastball, starting to go down a little bit. 0-1. That's down and away off the glove of Palmera. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nahaku, Miura, Quant left to right in the outfield. Nushida, Iquez, Sakaino, Ziegler, Namoa, third to first. 1-1. Swing and a miss. What a filthy slider running down and away. It is 1-2. Connor Palmera came on to the 5th inning as a pinch runner. He has stayed in the game. Caught starting in the 6th inning. 1-2 for Walls. Bounces in front of home plate. Kim didn't bite. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nate Vargas and Latrey McCollum will follow. 2-2. Walls fires. Swing. This is off the end of the bat, and it is floated back foul. WBIT for the Rainbow Wahine basketball team. That selection show is coming up in over 20 minutes. We'll monitor that when it comes on over at ncaa.com. See where the Rainbow Wahine will be playing next Thursday. 2-2. Swing. That right off the end of the bat. Chasing a pitch low and out of the zone. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes to Isaac Kim. Trade winds. Somewhat gusty, blowing out left to right. 2-2. Fastball, line back to the screen. Gusting at least when we started the day. Gusting up to about 11 miles an hour. Slightly ticked down. Now they say 10. Two pitch from Walls. And this one ripped out of play to the right side. Kim's starting to make some contact. He has fouled off 4 in a row. He is a very good hitter. On an 8-game hitting streak. Team leader in RBI and batting average. 2-2. Swing. That in reached and fouled into the Hawaii dugout third base side. Make that 5 straight fouled off. We'll see the 10th pitch of this at-bat coming up. Hawaii still no action in its bullpen here in the 7th. 2-2. Walls delivers. Breaking ball. That misses low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Rich Hill mentioned that Freddie Rodriguez, if called upon, could go an inning. Sebastian Gonzalez available. Everybody pretty much available. 3-2. Swing, and that slider is knocked back foul. And the one thing here that Isaac Kim is doing, he is pushing up that pitch count. 12th pitch of the at-bat. Here it is. Swing and a bouncer to the right side. Second baseman Sakino fields it, throws to first, and Walls wins the battle. One away. And Kim at one point fouled off 5 in a row. Chased some pitches out of the zone. But Walls still earns the out. 7 straight retired by the freshman. And here's Nate Vargas, who was grounded out to Sakino twice. A couple of 4-3 putouts. UC Santa Barbara held to just 3 hits. Vargas skies this in the air left side. That will run out of play. 1-0. Hawaii leading UC Santa Barbara. We're in the top of the 7th. Next pitch from Walls is change up down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. One. Fastball. Vargas drills it left side. That will tail out of play as well. Great crowd tonight, or today, which makes it even more impressive. Today, it's been a great crowd. Several of the youth teams have made it here. Sunday is usually kind of mixed bag. 1-2. Slider down to the carpet. 2 balls and 2 strikes. But you get the impression last night's win was impressive. I think people know this is, I mean, you got great baseball fans here in Hawaii. You know the type of team that is here. Word's out how big this weekend is. 2-2. Slider just outside, ball 3. Walls turned around, started to circle the mound on the backside. He thought he had the edge. Instead, it's 3-2. These late inning outs just get a little tougher. 3-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Goes breaking ball, dipping down, maybe off the plate inside. Vargas strikes out, and that's the second out here in the top of the 7th. Just the 3rd K for Walls, but it comes at such a huge time. Right after Kim battled, Vargas was battling a little bit. Walls got the better of him. 2 down, Hawaii leading 1-0, top of the 7th inning. Here's Latrey McCollum. Last man to reach as that slider misses in to the right-handed hitter. 1 ball, no strikes. Reached on a single in the 5th inning. He was stranded at second base. McCollum is 1 for 2. 1-0. At breaking ball, strike called, bottom of the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. All 3 hits, just singles. First, the 4th, and the 5th inning. UCSB has not been able to pair anything together. 1-1 from Walls. Is lined back. Another off-speed pitch, and it's foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And now you start to see some guys getting up. They're not working. They're standing there. They're watching. They'd love nothing more than to see Walls get another 1-2-3 frame. Pitch. It's down and in. Almera darting to his left. That one in the carpet. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch count now to 84 for the right-handed freshman from Carlsbad, California. Think he's cemented a spot in this rotation? 2-2. Swing. This is softly hit right center field. Sakino's not going to get there. It will drop for a hit. A 2-out base knock for Latrey McCollum keeps the inning going. And that ends a stretch of 8 straight retired by Walls. And now it's time for him to dig deep as he faces Jeremiah Crane. Crane 0 for 2. Here comes Rich Hill out of the Hawaii dugout. And now we start to see a little bit of work. That's Sebastian Gonzalez, who got the save on Friday. He didn't get the save, but Gonzalez came in relief of not Freddie Rodriguez. He came in relief of Itsuki Takimoto, pitched well on Friday in a 2-1 game. Gonzalez went 3 1/3 in relief, and Gonzalez will start to toe the turf mound in the bullpen. Pitch count to 85 for Walls, as he'll face Crane. Hawaii Baseball brought to you by MotoGen Medical. They have treatments used to elevate pain and help heal joints naturally. Go to MODOGEN.com and sign up for a free evaluation. 1-0 Bows, top of the 7th inning. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for Hawaii. No runs, 4 hits, no errors for UCSB. So Gonzalez does now start to get loose. And Walls, who's already got his longest outing of the season, previously was 4. Pitch is in on the hands, floated behind second. Sakino slides, picks it out of the air, and that's the final out of the inning. Jammed Crane on a breaking ball in, and Sakino read it off the bat well, went to his right, slid, got it in his glove, and that ends the top of the 7th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a base runner left. Time to get up and stretch. Hawaii 1, UC Santa Barbara nothing as we move to the home half of the 7th. You're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
This is Kanoa Leahy inviting you to watch Kapeva by the Hawaii Community Foundation. It's a new podcast that delves into some of the biggest challenges we face in our community. Join me as I sit down with experts and community leaders and discuss legitimate solutions and actions to improve life for all of us here in Hawaii. Watch Kapeva on YouTube or listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other major streaming platforms from the Hawaii Community Foundation. We believe in a better Hawaii.
Join Callan Spiller and Cole Mousoff live from Raising Cane's Mililani for the student section. They'll be joined by Hawaii Soccer's Jordan Eldridge Sangapolu-Tele and Julia Ortega, plus high school student athletes from Mililani. Be there this Wednesday at 6 p.m. for Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers and great sports personalities. Mahalo to H-Camp and Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Hawaii 1, UC Santa Barbara nothing as we move to the bottom of inning number 7. Calvin Prosky is back out for UCSB. What a duel between these two. The lone run, Jared Quant's RBI single in the 3rd inning. That is it. We had a pitcher's duel on Friday. An offensive explosion from Hawaii yesterday. Another great pitcher's duel here today. Draven Nushida 0 for 2, and he swings at the first pitch and bounces it back to the right and foul. Bounced out to second in the 4th inning, grounded into a fielder's choice in inning number 2. Triba getting loose once again in the Gaucho bullpen, the left-hander. 0-1, swing off the end of the bat. That's sent back foul. And to give Prosky his flowers here, while he had a walk last inning, a hit by pitch in the 5th, he hasn't allowed a hit since the 3rd inning. 0-2. Curveball, a bouncer to short, picked up on 2 hops by Nunez, throw to first in time, and Nushida is now 0 for 3. And we'll see the first plate appearance here for Connor Palmera. Sitting 226 with 6 runs driven in, does have a double on the year. He came in as a pinch runner for Vergel de Dios in the 5th. Stayed in the game to catch. And the right-handed hitter has been in since. From Kahului. Takes a first pitch changeup down low. 1 ball, no strikes. Prosky ready once again. This one floated in on the hands and will land foul beyond the first base coach's box. Lindsey Meggs assistant coach walking a few steps forward, getting out of the way. Count quickly 0-2. Prosky to the plate. In on the hands. This is popped up back and foul. Longest outing for Prosky. I think it was last week. He went 6 innings. He's gone at least 5 in each of his last 3 starts. 1-2 to Palmera. Righty offers. That one whizzing outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is indeed Prosky's longest outing. The 6 was previously last week. 2-2 count. The sophomore nods and fires. That's down in the carpet. Count full 3-2. The 9 strikeouts for Prosky is a career high. 3 balls, 2 strikes. His pitch is down low, and Palmera earns a walk. 1 out, top of the order for Matthew Miura, who has struck out 3 times, all looking. Both coaches really now have decisions to make here late in the game. Prosky has really pitched well, but righty versus righty matchup, you got to imagine that this might be Prosky's final hitter because you've got 2 consecutive left-handed hitters and then a switch hitter after that with Sakaino and Ziegler, Namoa, then Quant. And we'll see the catcher Vargas go out and talk to Prosky, who's got his hands on his hips. But you gotta think that at this point, pitch count at 91, you do have to play matchups here regardless of how well Prosky is pitching. That walk was his second. Then I'd say the same thing on Rich Hill's end. I mean, Cooper Walls has only had 2 base runners reach second base. Batters have put the ball in play. Not a ton of great contact, but his pitch count is starting to creep up. Do you pull him and turn it to Gonzalez off a day rest? They'll turn to first and check on Palmera. He's back in. In a 1-0 game, every decision has very big consequences, good or bad. And out comes Andrew Checketts, and I think that's going to be it. I don't think Prosky wants to come out of the game. Actually, I don't think he's made the call yet. Prosky, hands on his hips. I think he had his arm pointed out for a moment. I don't think he wants to leave this game, but he is. Calvin Prosky had one heck of an effort tonight. But he goes 6 1/3. Longest outing of his career. And he will give way to Cole Triba here in the bottom of the 7th inning, which is a little surprising, again, I'd say, because you do have the right-handed hitter up, and Triba is a left-hander. So UC Santa Barbara goes to its bullpen. We'll tell you about Triba when we come back. Hawaii 1, UC Santa Barbara 0 in the bottom of the 7th inning. With this pitching change, we'll step aside for a minute. You're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
In Hawaii, when meeting new people, we ask, what school did you go to? It's how we get to know each other.
Hi, this is James from Mililani.
Angela Rice from Kapolei.
I'm Clint Harris, and I'm from Kamehameha Kapalama. At Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Water Cleanup, you already know us. We've been around since 1935, so you can hire a Kama'aina team backed by a powerful national brand. Enjoy flat rates, great warranties, even a service plan for preventative measures at home, plus water cleanup and more. Call us or visit rotorooter.com.
The biggest games and biggest moments in NCAA basketball are on Westwood One.
Left side drives the baseline all the way to the bucket for a 2-hand slam.
The countdown to March Madness starts now. During the final month of the regular season, Westwood One has marquee matchups to get you set for the big dance. If it's NCAA basketball, it's right here.
On ESPN Honolulu, 92.7 FM and 1420 AM. Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Cole Treiba is the new pitcher for UC Santa Barbara. Hawaii with a very slim 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Treiba coming in, his record of 0-0. He has a save in 3 2/3 innings, an ERA of 4.91. 9 strikeouts to 2 walks, 2 runs, 2 hits. And the left-hander will face Matthew Miura at the very least, while another left-hander starts loosening in the Gaucho bullpen. So Andrew Checkett's the first to blink, while Matthew Miura has just been flustered, has struck out 3 times, all looking. But Miura is actually a better hitter against righties than he is lefties. The sample size is very different. He is 2 for 19 against left-handed hitters. That's left-handed pitchers. That's a 105 average. Palmera off the first, 1 away. Pitch to Miura. Swing. That's a check swing. And it bounces back foul. This is the coldest I can remember Miura at the plate as a Rainbow Warrior. 1-1. This one driven out of play. That goes foul. That was a 1-0 count. When the pitcher, was it a 1-0 count? It's 1-1. Or 1-2. Yeah, the first pitch was a ball. Andrew Checketts is checking on the count. He's wondering where the ball came from. I think he thinks it's 0-2, just like I thought it was 0-2. And Alex Ortiz is going to check on the count and see whether the count is correct. The board reads 1-2. I wasn't sure that Miura saw a ball. I remember there's a pickoff attempt over to first. But all 3 umpires have gotten together. I can remember there was the check throw to first. Our live stat says 0-2. It's 0-2, right? Yeah, it should be 0-2. But the board reads 1-2, and I think that's where Checkett's, understandably so, is checking to see what it's supposed to be. I think we all up here in agreement that it's 0-2, but someone running the scoreboard had a 1 on the board, and what's the count? Nobody's going to tell us anything. Andrew Checketts wants to know. There you go. It's 0-2. So they got it right. I was pretty sure it was 0-2, and there it is. So they got it figured out. All right, we're all on the same page. They're not holding Palmera. Pitch to Miura. Swing, and that one hit on a ground right in front of the Hawaii dugout. Isaiah Magdaleno, who got the 3-inning save last night, is now up and loosening in the Hawaii bullpen. 1-2, or 0-2, I beg your pardon. That fastball's high. Now it's 1-2. See, even I'm crossed up now. Palmera walks. He's at first base. 1-2. Miura swings, grounds it to second. Picked up by Mendez to the shortstop for 1. Throw on the run to first is hit time. And a 4-6-3 double play ends the 7th inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. Is it Walls? Is it the bullpen? We will find out here in a moment. In fact, we'll find out right now. It's Cooper Walls coming back out for the 8th inning. Hawaii leads 1-0 as we go to the 8th. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Sports Stand Sporting Goods is Hawaii's best baseball and softball store. At Sports Stand, you'll experience the largest selection of baseball and softball gloves and bats in Hawaii. You know the rules. Quality sporting goods always at a price you can afford. Stop by Sports Stand Sporting Goods in beautiful downtown Waipio, 94-547 Uke'e Street, Suite 303. Or give them a call at 808-676-STAND. That's 808-676-7826. Remember, at Sports Stand, it's not just sporting goods, it's a way of life.
Bring your best golf game to Hawaii Prince Golf Club with Kama'aina weekday rates starting at $57, $67 on the weekends. Or make it a staycation at Prince Waikiki with rooms from only $199, waived resort charge, half off parking, and kids eat for free at 100 Sales Restaurant and Bar. Plus, enjoy free shuttle service to Hawaii Prince Golf Club. Visit princewaikiki.com to book today. Valid Hawaii driver's license or state ID required. Some restrictions apply.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
To the 8th, Cooper Walls back out. Hawaii leads it 1-0. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu, presented by Sports Stand Sporting Goods.
ESPN Honolulu is Hawaii's sports leader. KKEA Honolulu, 1420 AM and 92.7 FM. Part of the IO family of companies.
Josh Pacheco with you from Les Murakami Stadium. Your line score, 1 run, 4 hits. A 1 run, 5 hits. No errors for Hawaii. No runs, 4 hits, no errors for UC Santa Barbara. And Cooper Walls indeed back out there. He will face Cole Kosciuszko, Corey Nunez, and Xavier Esker. Home plate umpire has come back from the UC Santa Barbara dugout, and that's because we have a new third baseman. Sage Lancaster is in here for Draven Nushida. So just like last night, first pitch to Kosciuszko inside. 1 ball, no strikes. The in-game adjustment brought to you by Lex Brody's Tire Company. Wear your University of Hawaii apparel when you visit any Oahu Lex Brody's location. That pitch misses. 2 balls, no strikes, and get an additional 5% off your purchase. The WBIT selection show just starting, by the way. 2-0 curveball is a called strike to Kosciuszko, who is 0 for 1. Struck out back in the 5th. Walked in the 3rd. 2-1 pitch from Walls. Another breaking ball, and it's hammered on the ground, foul at first. 2 balls and 2 strikes. How much is left in Cooper Walls' gas tank? 2-2. Check swing. That's a breaking ball down and in to the left-handed hitting Kosciuszko. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Corey Nunez, the on-deck hitter. 3-2. Swing, and that is foul tipped. Just got a piece of it and got behind Connor Palmera. 3 balls and 2 strikes. What is Rich Hill thinking? Well, Rich Hill, of course, along with the pitching coach, Keith Zuniga. 3-2. Breaking ball low and outside, ball 4. So Kosciuszko walks. Decision time here for Hawaii. You got Nunez, the right-handed hitter, up here. Walls is now at 93 pitches. That was his 2nd walk, and here comes the Hawaii coach. Slow walk out of the dugout, looking to see if there's a tell on what he's going to do, and I think the tell is the bullpen. Hands clapping in the bullpen, dugout starting to empty. What an effort from Cooper Walls. 7 innings, 4 hits scattered, no runs. This is the performance of Cooper Walls' life. And I hope the crowd recognizes it and gets on its feet. What a performance from Cooper Walls. And his afternoon is over. Listen to Les Murakami Stadium in applause. A smile on Walls' face and a wave to the crowd as his afternoon is done. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by HCAMP, the Hawaii Concussion Awareness Management Program. Visit HawaiiConcussion.com. We'll tell you about the new Hawaii pitcher here in just a moment. It is 1-0 Hawaii here at the top of the 8th inning. A runner on and nobody out. With this pitching change, we'll step aside for a minute. You're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
The Hawaii Wall and Ceiling Industry Association is looking for skilled drywall installers, finishers, and cement plasterers. Whether you're a journeyman or an apprentice, we offer great opportunities for career growth in Hawaii's thriving construction industry. You'll enjoy benefits like health insurance, paid vacation, and a retirement plan. If you're dependable and excited about being part of a great industry, call Lisa at 808-271-4195 or go to hwcia.com. That's hwcia.com and apply.
The biggest games and biggest moments in NCAA basketball are on Westwood One.
Left side drives the baseline all the way to the bucket for a two-hand slam.
Every week, tune in as the best teams in the country square off. During the final month of the regular season, Westwood One has marquee matchups to get you set for the big dance. If it's NCAA basketball, it's right here.
On ESPN Honolulu, 92.7 FM and 1420 AM. Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Isaiah Magdaleno, after pitching 3 innings yesterday and getting a 9-out save, is on here for Hawaii to try to keep this a 1-0 game. Magdaleno, the sophomore, 1-0. His second save last night, a 1.72 earned run average in 15 2/3 innings. Runner at first, nobody out. Here's Corey Nunez, who does have a sacrifice bunt, and he's showing bunt here, and bunts it back foul. Flied out to center his last time. Line on Cooper Walls, who is in line for the win. Career high 7 innings, 4 hits, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 93 pitches, 58 for strikes. He is responsible for the walk to Kosciuszko, who's at first base. No balls, 1 strike. Again, Nunez showing bunt. Third baseman Lancaster creeping in. Runner goes. That's pulled back. There's a strike. Here's the throw to second. The tag. He is out. Iquez the tag on Kosciuszko. He's retired. What a throw toward the first base side of second. It led Iquez with the glove right to the body. And I think Andrew Checketts is going to come out in disagreement. Now remember, there is no TV. So, I mean, there's not much you can do here. And hope that another umpire may have seen it differently. That was such a close play. And of course, I mean, you kind of understand. Checketts kind of does have to Checketts does really have to defend the situation there. So I get it. But now the bases are empty with 1 out. And it's an 0-2 count to Nunez. Pitch is down low, 1-2. By the way, just got word, Hawaii in the WBIT will go to UNLV on Thursday. 1-2. Breaking ball, ripped to third. It gets under the glove of Lancaster and down the left field line. Rounding first is Nunez, heading for second, and he will get in there sliding with a one-out double. And that's going to be an E5. And just imagine how huge that caught stealing was, because Kosciuszko probably scores. Instead, runner at second with one out. And top of the order for Xavier Esker. 1-0 Hawaii, top of the 8th inning. Look over at second pitch. And that hit Esker on the left arm. Hawaii's bullpen has been empty, but it's got to start get rolling now. After the game yesterday, Magdaleno said he wanted the ball if Hawaii needed him. Right now, you start to get a little worried. Magdaleno coming in off of less than 24 hours rest, and he's hit that giving up that hard grounder that turned out to be an error. And now a hit by pitch. 2 on, 1 out. Here's Jack Holman, who's 0 for 3. Magdaleno to the plate. Fastball, strike one called on the outside corner. One nothing Hawaii here in the 8th. Next pitch. Swing. This is lifted to right field. Quant backpedaling. He gets to the track. He makes the catch. Tagging up from second is Nunez, and he will get to third. That was hit hard, but hit more on a line. And Esker retired. So runners at the corners. The tying run is 90 feet away. And here is Jonathan Mendez. Mendez lined out to short his last time. He does have 2 hits. He is 2 for 3. This right here, the moment of the game. Hawaii a 1-0 lead, top of the 8th. Magdaleno ready, he delivers. Nunez takes, that's a strike. Bottom inside corner of the zone. That's a very difficult take. Oh-1, the offering. Swing, and that's line back foul. Love to see this crowd rise with an 0-2 count. Try to get behind Magdaleno. No balls, 2 strikes. Mag's ready. He fires. Down and away. Runner from first goes. They're not going to challenge him. Especially with where that pitch was. You don't want to get caught in something. And that runner from third comes home. One and 2. Magdaleno fires. Just inside. This crowd thought that it nicked the corner. And they tell you how they feel about the call. Ooh, that was close. Awfully close. 2-2. Pitch. Swing. That's popped. Foul back. Mendez staying alive. High drama here in this finale of 3 in the Big West. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Deuce is wild. 2 on the delivery. Strike 3 called, and down goes Mendez. Didn't get the call a couple of pitches ago. Magdaleno gets it there. And the tying and go-ahead runs are stranded on base. No runs, no hits. There is one error and 2 runners left. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It's Hawaii 1 and UC Santa Barbara nothing. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Aloha, this is Kanoa Leahy from Let's Talk Sports. I've been asked by some to provide an update to my experience undergoing knee joint therapy treatment from Dr. Charles Arakaki at MotoGen Medical. I underwent multiple knee surgeries due to basketball injuries in my younger years, so in need of relief, I reached out to Dr. Arakaki. His regenerative joint therapy treatment uses healing properties from your own body to create an injectable serum that generates healing and relief. Series of injections and shockwave treatments over the course of about 6 weeks covered it in my case, and I completed the 6 weeks back in October. The results were immediately. Pain and swelling diminished noticeably, and now, almost 4 months removed, my knees are still feeling great. So give Dr. Arakaki a call if you're experiencing joint pain or discomfort in your knees, hips, lower back, or shoulders due to past surgeries or bone-on-bone wear and tear. Call MotoGen Medical for a free evaluation, 808-562-5000, or book your free evaluation online at motogen.com, MODOGEN.com.
Aloha, this is Stan Mahilona from Sports Stan. You're listening to University of Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Bottom of the 8th, Hawaii with a 1-0 lead. What a moment. Isaiah Magdaleno, who walked in, got himself in a little bit of jam after Cooper Walls had given up the leadoff walk to Cole Kosciuszko. He was caught trying to steal second. Nunez got on with a 2-base error. Then Esker was hit by a pitch, gets the fly out to right, and then Mendez punched out looking, the threat coming to an end. Cole Triba back out for UC Santa Barbara. He'll face Sakaino, Ziegler, Namoa, and Quant. Hawaii would love nothing more than to aid its pitching staff a little bit with a run or two. First pitch, fastball on the outside corner. Strike 1 to Sakaino, who is 0 for 3. His 4-game hitting streak on the line. 0-1. Takes, same spot, strike 2. And some of the crowd kind of groaning a little bit, wondering, well, that's where that other pitch was last half inning. 0-2. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Sakaino strikes out for the 3rd time. An 0 for 4 afternoon for Hawaii's best hitter. And the leadoff man is retired very quickly by Triba. Up in the UCSB bullpen, Nathan Aceves, a right-handed freshman. And left-hander, I think that's Hayden Hattenbach, who's also up there. Ben Ziegler Namoa is 1 for 3, and he swings at a slider on the inside corner and sends it into center field. Right in on his hands, brought the bat in, and rolls it through for Hawaii's 6th hit. So some insurance on base for Jared Quant. RBI single for Quant. That is the lone run in this game back in the 3rd. He has struck out twice, and for the first time, Quant will hit from the right side, facing the lefty Triba. Quant, a .440 hitter against left-handed pitching. .289 against righties, and Triba will zing one over to first. Ziegler Namoa, who is 1 for 3 in stolen base opportunities, is back in. Hawaii 1-0, bottom of the 8th. Triba, hands below the belt, and he'll zing one back to first again. I'm just reminded of that little paragraph in UC Santa Barbara's game notes. We read it on Friday. They kind of took a little bit of a dig at the whole Manoa Magic thing that has been said throughout the year. Fastball just below the belt, strike 1 to Quant. And if you didn't hear what we said on Friday, this is what UCSB said. Plenty of programs claim to have some sort of magic at their home ballpark. 0-1, fastball high and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. But none has as legitimate a claim as the Gauchos in 2024. After spending the entire fall, winter, and first 3 weeks of the season without grass to practice or play on, once they finally got their new service, they were unbeatable. Santa Barbara won all 25 of their regular season games. Another check on Ziegler Namoa at first, back in standing up. And hosted an NCAA regional at Cesar Uesaka Stadium for the first time ever. Losing 2 of 3 in this series might make you rethink that paragraph. 1-1. Breaking ball, strike 2. That slider whizzing over the inside half to Quan. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Most fans don't read the game notes. They don't really need to. It's more for us who call the games, work at the newspaper and television, all that stuff. 1-2, fastball. Quant sends it in the air, shallow right. Kosciuszko comes in. He makes the catch. There is the second out. 2 away for Elijah Iquez. So do we see Magdaleno back out for the 9th? It would be 4, 5, and 6. Kim, Vargas, McCollum would be up, down a run at least. Iquez 0 for 3, struck out looking back in the 6th inning. Hawaii leads 1-0, bottom of the 8th. Eye-opening weekend here at Les Murakami Stadium as Triba zings one over to first. Ziegler Namoa back in, standing up without a tag. Righty and lefty continuing to work in the Gaucho bullpen. Pitch. That runs down and inside. Almost nicked Iquez in the right-handed batter's box, 1-0. Hawaii will have an extra day of rest. Next series against UC Davis starts Saturday because of the exams for the Aggies. Pitch, fastball, shoulder high, ball 2. While UC Santa Barbara, regardless of how this ultimately goes down, this is a series that is going to be disappointing. And guess what? They got to take on UC Irvine next weekend. Another check on Ziegler Namoa. He stands back in. And UC Irvine is 5-1 in the Big West. It's early. It's at home, sure. Those are 2 tough tests in a row. Triba ready. Nope, you'll go back to first. And again, Ziegler Namoa back in ahead of the tag on his back. Itsuki Takemoto is on deck in case the inning continues. Again, they check on Ben. Crowd not a fan. Two balls, no strikes. Triba to the plate. Fastball high and away. It's 3-0. Let's slide step there. Calvin Prosky started, went 6 1/3 innings. A run on 5 hits, 3 strikeouts, and a walk. Triba has gone an inning and a third in relief. 3-0. That's outside and high. 2 on, 2 out. And now Takemoto. I don't know about you. I'm one of those people that sometimes believe in moments that just seem to make sense. Rich Hill's going to call over Takemoto. Is he going to pinch hit for him? Or is he just going to talk to him and go over the game plan? Yep, Takemoto's going to hit. You know, this just seems like one of those moments that is just so fitting. Takemoto, who was just sensational last night. First career home run, first career 3-hit game, first career 4 RBI game. And here he is with a chance to bust this one open. Hawaii 1-0, bottom of the 8th. 2 out, 2 on. Pitch to Takemoto. Swings and misses. Fastball off the inside corner. And he did not cheat himself on that swing. No balls and a strike. Walked in the 5th, doubled in the 2nd, lined out to left in the 4th. He is 1 for 2. 0-1. Breaking ball, foul tipped it back. And slider running from inside corner to out. That has a lot of movement. It's not a tight slider. It's one that has a lot of break away from a left-handed hitter. 0-2 to Takemoto. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called. Fastball left up in the zone. Takemoto strikes out looking, and Hawaii strands 2. No runs on a hit. No errors. 2 lefts. Hawaii leading 1-0 as we go to the top of the 9th inning. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Building a winning program requires vision, careful planning, and expert execution. Since 1994, Ushijima Architects has provided the highest quality professional planning and design services for various projects throughout our state. Our highly experienced team provides the full spectrum of services, from feasibility studies and master plans to complete architectural design work. Call us today at 808-946-9544. Ushijima Architects is a proud sponsor of University of Hawaii Baseball.
Winning in life takes smart plays and solid teamwork. And at Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union, we've got your back. Whether you're saving for the big moments, scoring a great loan, or planning your financial future, we're with you every step of the way. With low rates, easy online banking, and service that goes the distance, we're here for you, for your family, for life. Visit hificu.com or visit us for more details.
Membership open to Oahu and Maui residents. Federally insured by NCUA.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Top 9 here at Lesper Kami Stadium, Hawaii. Trying to hold on to a 1-0 lead. Isaiah Magdaleno is back out, while Sebastian Gonzalez continues to warm in the Hawaii bullpen. Magdaleno will face Kim, Vargas, and McCollum, looking to pick up his 2nd save in this series. Went 3 innings, got the save last night. Kind of a quick turnaround for him. He wanted it. Rich Hill and pitching coach Keith Zuniga said, okay, make it work. He threw 48 pitches last night, and here he is, 2nd inning of work. Pitch to Kim. Swing and a line back foul by Isaac Kim, who is 0 for 3. Grounded out into double play, and also grounded out 2 other times. Had a 12 pitch at bat last time up in the 7th, 0-1. Fastball, strike 2 on the outer half. Vargas, left-handed hitter. McCollum, right-handed hitter. That's the way Andrew Checketts has it stacked up. 0-2. Magdaleno pauses and fires. Fastball line. Iquez to his left, gloves it. There's the first out. 1 away. Kim made good contacts. Iquez was not far away. Range to his left. Got it out of the air for out number 1. And Nate Vargas will step in. Hawaii 1 run, 6 hits, 1 error. UC Santa Barbara, no runs, 4 hits, no errors. Vargas, after a meeting with one of the assistant coaches to kind of talk about strategy here, now will step in. Left-handed hitter against Magdaleno. Trade winds now blowing in. First baseman Ziegler Namoa hugging the line. Fastball misses away, 1-0. You got to play no doubles defense here with the tying run at the plate. Quant playing pretty deep out in right. 1-0. Swing and a high towering Fly ball racing in his quant. Sakino, the second baseman, calling him off in shallow right. There's out number 2. And the Bows are 1 out away from a series win. And it'll be on the bat of Latrey McCollum. McCollum has singled in his last 2 at-bats. He is 2 for 3. Also warming is Freddie Rodriguez. In fact, actually, Gonzalez is sat down. Rodriguez warming just in case. He pitched yesterday. Pitch to McCollum, swing, sends it out to right field. Quant back at the track, leaps at the wall. He caught it. He caught it. And that's the ball game. Wake up, college baseball world. Hawaii is here. The Bows take 2 of 3 from UC Santa Barbara. A 1-0 win on this Sunday. That's where no doubles defense pays off. Quant was playing deep. That ball was scalded deep to right. He got there, shy of the wall, leapt and make the catch to wrap it up. 1 run, 6 hits, 1 error for Hawaii. 0-4-0 for UC Santa Barbara. And you look in that dugout down the first base side, and it is just a group of youngsters that are just stunned. Just absolutely stunned. In fact, so stunned that they're not even coming out for the handshake line. Hawaii was getting ready to set up for handshakes, and UC Santa Barbara just decided, you know what, we're staying right here. They're not even coming out for handshakes, and that is so unfortunate. That is so unfortunate. A well-played series that Hawaii will take from UCSB. 1-0 your final. Hawaii winning in a 15-7 slugfest last night. A 1-0 win today. We'll come back with more in a moment as you're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Aloha from Waiakea. As a proud corporate sponsor of University of Hawaii Athletics, we're committed to keeping our athletes and fans hydrated with delicious volcanic water straight from the Big Island. Rooted in Hawaiian values, we believe in honoring the Aina, land, supporting our community, and living with aloha in everything we do. You can find us at most stores across the islands or learn more at waiakea.com. Live aloha, drink Waiakea.
This is Kanoa Leahy inviting you to watch Kapeva by the Hawaii Community Foundation. It's a new podcast that delves into some of the biggest challenges we face in our community. Join me as I sit down with experts and community leaders and discuss legitimate solutions and actions to improve life for all of us here in Hawaii. Watch Kapeva on YouTube or listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other major streaming platforms from the Hawaii Community Foundation. We believe in a better Hawaii.
In Hawaii, when meeting new people, we ask, what school did you go to? It's how we get to know each other.
Hi, this is James from Mililani.
Angela Rice from Kapolei.
I'm Clint Harris, and I'm from Kamehameha Kapolama. At Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Water Cleanup, you already know us. We've been around since 1935, so you can hire a Kama'aina team backed by a powerful national brand. For commercial plumbing, you'll enjoy the ease of flat rates and great warranties. Trust us to be a part of your team. Call or visit rotorooter.com. Mahalo.
Sports Stand Sporting Goods is Hawaii's best baseball and softball store. At Sports Stand, you'll experience the largest selection of baseball and softball gloves and bats in Hawaii. You know the rules. Quality sporting goods, always at a price you can afford. Stop by Sports Stand Sporting Goods in beautiful downtown Waipio, 94547 Uke'e Street, Suite 303. Or give them a call at 808-676-STAN. That's 808-676-7826. Remember, at Sports Stand, it's not just sporting goods, it's a way of life.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
What a moment here at Les Murakami Stadium. Hawaii kind of dancing with danger a little bit in the last couple of innings. Isaiah Magdaleno, after going 3 innings last night to get the save, said he wanted the ball. He was given the ball, and he rewarded, even though he had a hit-by pitch and a bouncer off of an error, he was rewarded with an opportunity, and he rewarded Hawaii right back. They're the final 6 outs of Hawaii's 1-0 win over UC Santa Barbara, taking 2 out of 3 and really kind of just resetting the Big West Conference, if you will. UC Santa Barbara now 4-2. Hawaii back all level now at 3-3. And while everybody's looking up at Cal Poly and UC Davis, guess what? UC Davis is coming here this coming weekend. I don't know that anybody can claim as big of wins here in the first 2 weekends of conference play than Hawaii just did this Saturday and Sunday. Let's roll out tonight's final stats. They are brought to you by Abbey Carpet. Experience the Abbey difference. 1 run, 6 hits, 1 error for Hawaii. No runs, 4 hits, no errors for UC Santa Barbara. Cooper Walls took the win. In fact, we're going to call him the player that shined the brightest tonight. Brought to you by IBEW Local 1186, lighting your path to the future. Career high, 7 innings, no runs, 4 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 2 walks. That is now 11 consecutive innings without allowing a run for Walls. Isaiah Magdaleno goes the 8th and the 9th to pick up his 2nd save in as many days. That's 3 for him, a strikeout in 2 innings. The loss to Calvin Prosky. Let's give Prosky his due. 6 1/3 innings. His longest outing, Prosky was really, really, really good. Prosky, 1 run, 5 hits, 9 strikeouts, and 2 walks. He falls to 1-2. Offensively, of the 6 hits Hawaii had, Ziegler Namor, the only one to pair him, he had 2. Jared Quant had the lone RBI that came back in the 3rd inning. The run that made all the difference today. 4 hits for UC Santa Barbara, 2 from Jonathan Mendez, 2 from Latrey McCollum. Time of the game, 2 hours, 23 minutes. Tickets issued, and this was a fantastic Sunday crowd, 3,914. 1-0 Hawaii, your final. The highlights here in a moment. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Be in the know about concussions with HCAM, the Hawaii Concussion Awareness Management Program. If your student athlete suffers a concussion, report it right away to avoid long-term health effects. Remove them from activity and call your doctor for more information. Take concussions seriously. Their health is more important than a game. Visit the HCAMP website for more at hawaiiconcussion.com. That's hawaiiconcussion.com.
If you love to golf and enjoy supporting Rainbow Warrior football, join us on April 8th for the 31st annual Nakoa Ed Wong Memorial Brotherhood Grinds Golf Tournament. Plenty of golf swag, including custom-made Nakoa golf bags for each golfer, lots of grinds, and of course, prizes galore. Support head coach Timmy Chang and the Brotherhood by signing up your team of 3. For more information, see the events tab at nakoa.org. Go Bows!
Everyone knows Young's Fish Market for their Hawaiian food specialties and home of the Wao Lao Lao. But did you know they can cater your next baby luau, wedding, or corporate outing? Kalua pig, squid luau, chicken long rice, shoyu poke, lomi salmon, and choice of lao lao. Check out youngsfishmarket.com and order their various courses. Delivery and serving equipment rental available. Young's Fish Market in Kalihi at City Square.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
1-0 Hawaii over UC Santa Barbara as the Bows win this 3-game series and get back to even in Big West Conference play. Our post-game brought to you by Castle Resorts and Hotels. Visit castleresorts.com. Let's go through the highlights. It was a really good pitching matchup today. Didn't know how good the pitching matchup would be. Cooper Walls going for Hawaii and Calvin Prosky going for UC Santa Barbara. It would be Hawaii who would strike first against Prosky in the 3rd inning. David Verhelde Dios got his first career hit, a bloop single down the right field line. 3 batters later, Ben Ziegler-Namoa would single into right field. So 2 on, 2 out. Jared Quant facing Prosky. 0-2. Swing. Quant hits it through the right side, base hit. Scoring is Verhelde Dios. Around second, heading for third is Ziegler-Namoa. He's in. A 2-out base hit for Quant, and Hawaii strikes first. It is 1-0 here in the third. Big moment there. One of Prosky's few mistakes, really, that came in the third inning. Quant coming up with his 16th RBI. Both pitchers were just solid in the middle innings. Both would go to their bullpens eventually, and we flash forward to the 8th inning. Cooper Walls started out the 7th, gave up a leadoff walk to Cole Kosciuszko. So Hawaii went to its bullpen. Corey Nunez came up to face Isaiah Magdaleno. As Nunez was at the plate, Kosciuszko was trying to steal second, and he was gunned down trying to steal second. So Nunez still at the plate, would hit a hard ground ball toward the third base line under the glove of Sage Lancaster. So he'd get on base. He would later get to third, a hit by pitch to Xavier Esker. He would get to third on Holman's fly out to right. So runners at the corners, 2 away, and Magdaleno taking on Jonathan Mendez with the tying and go-ahead runs on base. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Deuces Wild, 2 on, the delivery. Strike 3 called, and down goes Mendez. Didn't get the call a couple of pitches ago. Magdaleno gets it there. And the tying and go-ahead runs are stranded on base. No runs, no hits. There is 1 error and 2 runners left. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It's Hawaii 1 and UC Santa Barbara 0. Hawaii had a couple of runners on in the bottom of the 8th inning. A Ziegler-Namoa single, Elijah Iquez walked, but Itsuki Takemoto struck out was the last out of the bottom of the 8th inning. So it stayed 1-0 going to the 9th. And if you wondered how much Magdaleno had in him, well, he certainly kind of made you get a little nervous. Said that line out to right by Isaac Kim for the first out. Vargas popped up to second for out number 2. So Latrey McCollum, 2 out, nobody on. McCollum was the tying runner at the plate facing Magdaleno. Pitch to McCollum, swing, sends it out to right field. Quant back at the track, leaps at the wall. He caught it. He caught it. And that's the ball game. Wake up, college baseball world. Hawaii is here. The Bows take 2 of 3 from UC Santa Barbara. A 1-0 win on this Sunday. Yeah, Quant, who has played a fantastic right field, would come up with the hit that would really save things. I mean, he played great no doubles defense. That ball was struck well, but kept McCollum off the base paths. He had a couple of hits in this game. McCollum would ultimately finish 2 for 4, and that's how this game would wrap. A 1-0 Hawaii win over UC Santa Barbara. We'll come back, wrap this one up next. 1-0. Bows win the series over the Gauchos. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Get ready for Hawaii's biggest pickleball showdown, the Hawaii Pacific Health ESPN Honolulu Open, presented by HMSA. From April 10th to 13th, the Hawaii Convention Center transforms into a pickleball paradise. With practice indoor courts, pro exhibitions, expo, clinics, giveaways, free activities, and more, entry is free to the public. Head to HonoluluOpen.com. Mahalo to our sponsors: Hawaii Pacific Health, HMSA, Pickles at Forte, Ala Moana Hotel, Hawaii Tourism Authority, All Access Ortho, Bank of Hawaii, Office Pavilion, and YAO Water.
Join Callan Spiller and Cole Mousoff live from Raising Cane's Mililani for the student section. They'll be joined by Hawaii Soccer's Jordan Eldridge Sangapolu-Tele and Julia Ortega, plus high school student athletes from Mililani. Be there this Wednesday at 6 p.m. for Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers and great sports personalities. Mahalo to HCamp and Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union.
Abbey Carpet and Floor, voted Hawaii's best carpet and flooring company. Stop by Abbey's showroom on Nimitz Highway and see the amazing 7MTC flooring. This revolutionary product is made out of melamine. It's resistant to fading, stains, and even pet scratches. Come by and see the Scratch Test Challenge. 7MTC, available now at Abbey Carpet and Floor.
Abbey Carpet and Floor, where Hawaii goes for glory.
Contractor's license number C19140.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Hawaii wins it 1-0 over UC Santa Barbara. Taking 2 of 3. Hawaii improving now to 14-5. 3-3 in the Big West. UCSB now 15-4. Falling to 4-2 in the Big West. First series loss in the Big West for UCSB since the series last year at Cal Poly. And after the Gauchos had won 25 consecutive Big West regular season games, they now have a different streak. It's a streak of 2 consecutive losses that the Gauchos now have. Rare editorial here from me. I'm really disappointed. We have seen pretty much in every series where every series ends, 2 teams get together, they shake hands near home plate, a sign of great sportsmanship, a sign of just, respect to the game and respect to what a hard-fought series is played, regardless of the result. And I am just incredibly, incredibly disappointed that UC Santa Barbara could not come out for the handshake line. I don't know why. Maybe they were just floored, disappointed that they didn't win the series, lost 2 in a row. I don't know what it is, but it is just incredibly disappointing that UC Santa Barbara decided to stay in its dugout and just kind of stare out into the distance and then walk out to wherever their meeting is going on. They have their bags and their stuff is still in the dugout, so they got to come back at some point. But we've seen it in every other series, and I know the Northeastern Series, there was some chirping going on at that point in time. But more often than not, these handshake lines are clean. They are, it's good, just professional etiquette. And it's very, very disappointing that that did not take place here. Let's go through the Big West Conference scoreboard now that everything is final this weekend. Utah Tech sweeps Cal State Bakersfield. That was the lone non-conference series, 11-7. Utah Tech takes all 4. UC Irvine sweeps CSUN at CSUN, a 6-2 win today. Cal Poly winning a sweep at Bull Diamond at Blair Field, a 9-0 win at Long Beach State. UC Davis sweeping UC Riverside, 7-1 at home. And Cal State Fullerton gets one away from UC San Diego. A lone win of that series for the Titans and their first win in the Big West Conference, 12-5, your final score. So looking at now how the conference standings shake out, there are 2 remaining undefeated teams in the Big West Conference. It's Cal Poly, who is 6-0, now with 2 sweeps. The Long Beach State series this weekend, the Cal State Fullerton series last weekend. And UC Davis, who was out of conference last weekend, they were in Omaha to take on Creighton. They get 3 from UC Riverside here. Then it's UC Irvine at 5-1, UC Santa Barbara 4-2, Cal State Bakersfield at 2-1. And again, they were out of conference this weekend. That's your top 5. Hawaii and UC San Diego at 3-3 in the middle. UC Riverside at 2-4, Cal State Fullerton 1-5, Long Beach State 1-5. CSUN bringing up the rear at 0-6. But it sets up as big of a series as this was, given the fact that UC Santa Barbara was nationally ranked in all of the polls. Given how important that was, or this series was, UC Davis is going to be an intriguing series this coming weekend, given that they right now are at the top, or at least right behind Cal Poly, just given the nature of wins, but still undefeated in the Big West Conference. So next Saturday, Sunday, Monday, UC Davis has exams this week, so they fly in late. Saturday night, 6:35. Sunday, 1:05. Monday, 6:35. Those games will have incredible importance, and we will be here for all of them right here on ESPN Honolulu. The rest of the conference weekend, first you got non-conference games on Tuesday. CSUN hosting Columbia, Long Beach State hosting LMU, Cal State Fullerton hosting UNLV, Cal State Bakersfield hosting Fresno State. But the other series, Cal Poly is actually out of conference, and they're hosting Oregon State. Oregon State in the rankings, they are good. And as much as we've talked about UC Santa Barbara, they are the best team that Hawaii has played to date. Can't forget the fact that Oregon State is better. 8th in the D1Baseball.com top 25 coming into this weekend with a 10-3 mark. Hawaii has Oregon State in May. So note that. Hawaii still has its toughest challenge in front of them, but it is not in conference. So Cal Poly is going to be 6-0, regardless of what goes on this weekend in conference. But the other series, UC Irvine at UC Santa Barbara, is going to be really tasty there at Caesar Uesaka Stadium. And given what's happened here to the Gauchos, I'd look out if I were UC Irvine. UC Riverside hosting Cal State Fullerton, UC San Diego hosting Long Beach State, and Cal State Bakersfield hosting CSUN. But all of the conversation that Hawaii has gotten, the RPI that came in at 22, small sample size, so take it for what you will. The series wins in non-conference play. The UC Riverside series loss really did kind of cool things, dropping 2 or 3 on the road. But if you're going to bounce back, this is the way that you bounce back. And you do it against the nationally ranked team, and you do it to remind, there's a lot of people that really talk about Hawaii baseball here, just to kind of remind people, hey, Hawaii is 14-5. They're fun to watch, whether it is a 15-7 win or it is a 1-0 win like it was today. This is a team you do not sleep on, and we saw that here tonight. As high of a moment this is here at Les Murakami Stadium, I do want to take this moment to send our condolences to the family of a pioneer in the media landscape here in Hawaii, and that is Cindy Lewis. We would learn this morning. Actually, I learned it with a moment of silence that I didn't know was coming today. That Cindy Lewis passed away this morning. As many know, if you have followed Hawaii athletics for a long period of time, Cindy was the first woman to lead a sports department in this state. Covered University of Hawaii sports for 4 decades, was well respected by coaches, created great relationships, covered the sport of volleyball, especially in such a gold standard type of way. Was inducted into the UH Sports Circle of Honor last year. She knows what championship volleyball is like because she's seen it. She's covered it. And for many people who have never gotten to see it, she has been the voice through the black ink on a newspaper that you'd pick up every morning and read and learn and know. Cindy Lewis was one of the most dedicated to do it. We miss her. Our condolences and thoughts to her family as we have lost yet another just important member of our Hawaii sports community in Cindy Lewis. Our final 1-0 Hawaii over UC Santa Barbara. Tremendous work in our studio by our producer Liz Stacy. I'm Josh Pacheco. What a day. Hawaii takes 2 of 3 from UC Santa Barbara. Again, 1-0 your final. You've been listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu, presented by Sports Stand Sporting Goods. We'll see you once again here on Saturday when the Bows take on UC Davis. Have a great rest of your afternoon.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball, presented by Sports Stand Sporting Goods on ESPN Honolulu, has been brought to you by
Hawaii Pacific Health, Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union, IBEW Local 1186, the Hawaii Wall and Ceiling Association, Motogen Medical, Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Water Cleanup, Ushijima Architects, Young's Fish Market, HGEA, Lex Brody's Tire Company, Napa Auto Parts, Waiakea Water, Castle Resorts and Hotels, Dial Electric Supply, Abbey Carpet and Floor, Hardware Hawaii, Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union, HCAMP, Spectrum, and the Hawaii Building and Construction Trades Council.
The preceding has been an exclusive presentation of ESPN Honolulu, your home for University of Hawaii sports. This has been a live presentation of ESPN Honolulu. We now return to your regular programming.
What a refreshing take on someone who has completely turned a program around. 3 different schools, 10, right. 10 appearances. And he's like, I'm blessed. We're just one day at a time. And I that was just incredibly motivating, but also just a great conversation, Q. I'm speechless.
Well, I'll tell you, it's easier to listen and understand what a coach like that is saying because he's been there, done it, like you said, multiple different locations. So it's easy to say, I understand what he's saying, and I'll listen to him. Coming up next, we speak to a director of athletics, chair of Division I Women's Basketball Committee. This is the Women's Bracketology Selection Show on ESPN Radio on the ESPN app.
What's up, kiddos? Clinton Yates here. Coming up on Monday, the NCAA tournament field will be set for both the men and the women, and we'll break it all down. That's Monday on Clinton and Friends at 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
It's happening again. Bracket brain. That time of year when basketballs, backboards, and buzzer beaters start bursting into view. Images of underdogs are overwhelming you at every turn. Sights of storybook endings are never ending. There's only one thing to do when Bracket Brain hits. Download the ESPN Tournament Challenge app and fill out your women's bracket by tapping into the #1 bracket game. Your Bracket Brain will thank you. Presented by Capital One.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
Monday on Joe and Q. It's time to fill out your men's and women's NCAA tournament brackets as the madness of March is about to be upon us. Which first round upsets should we have our eye on, and who will be cutting down the nets next month? Joe and Q, 12 to 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
This is Jerome from Birmingham, previously from the Paul Feinbaum Show.
Bash is up next.
Back on the airways, Bash, brother. What's going on?
What's up, Bash? You took some arrows over the last few days.
I know I never take arrows on this show, Paul. It comes with the territory of being an Alabama fan living in Boulder, Colorado.
The Paul Feinbaum Show. Weekdays at 3 Eastern on the ESPN app and on the SEC Network.
What's up, kiddos? Clinton Yates here. Coming up on Monday, the NCAA tournament field will be set for both the men and the women, and we'll break it all down. That's Monday on Clinton and Friends at 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Amber and Ian.
They're trying to save money, it seems, especially on the defensive side, and you have to assume it's because, they're going to pay Brock Purdy.
Or that they're not going to overpay Brock Purdy because they're in this position where they're making a bunch of moves. I mean, I think you could argue that either way, frankly, like that they're not going to overpay Brock Purdy because right now they're basically retooling.
Well, no, if it's overpay Brock Purdy, then they're just, it doesn't have to be overpaid.
Amber and Ian. Weeknights at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on Sirius XM Channel 80. NBA Monday on ESPN Radio. It's a critical Western Conference showdown in San Francisco.
Catches it, puts up the three. Nikola
Jokic and the Denver Nuggets begin a 4-game road trip against Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, and the Golden State Warriors. The Nuggets at the Warriors. Coverage begins tomorrow at 9:30 Eastern with tip-off at 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN. Presented by Indeed.
Is ESPN Honolulu, KKEA Honolulu, AM 1420 and K224FR, Honolulu, 92.7 FM.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm John Ryder. Auburn gets the top overall seed for the men's NCAA tournament. The other ones are Duke, Florida, and Houston. The 2 seeds are St. John's, Michigan State, Tennessee, and Alabama. SEC getting a record 14 teams in the tourney, including 8-seeded Mississippi State, who ESPN analyst Jay Billis says will be a tough out.
I think it's going to be pretty hard for Baylor to beat Mississippi State. I agree with you on that, too. Like, Mississippi State has Josh Hubbard. Cam Matthews is a stud. Like, they've got a really good defensive team. They get on the glass. They've got some size. I think they're going to be a difficult team for Baylor to beat. And they'll be a difficult challenge in the second round for Duke.
Mississippi State is currently a 1.5-point underdog versus Baylor on ESPN Bet. Last 4 in are North Carolina, San Diego State, Texas, and Xavier. Last 4 out are Indiana, West Virginia, Ohio State, and Boise State. So North Carolina does get in. The women's tourney top overall seed is UCLA. The other 1 seeds are South Carolina, Texas, and USC. UConn is a 2 seed and will take on Arkansas State. In the NBA and on ESPN TV right now in the second quarter in Milwaukee, the Thunder lead the Bucks 40-33. Everything else in final, including the Timberwolves getting their 8th straight tonight. They wallop the Jazz 128-102. Anthony Edwards with 41 points. Lakers end a 4-game slide, hitting the Suns 107-96. Luka with 33 points. Players' Championship will be decided in a 3-hole playoff tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern between Rory McIlroy and 34-year-old journeyman J.J. Spaun.
Hey, it's Michelle Smallman, and before you fill out your brackets, make sure you tune into the Tournament Challenge Marathon for all the info you need right here on Unsportsmanlike, weekday morning, 6 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Playing for keeps every day of the week. I'm seeing the goal, I'm seeing the glory, I'm seeing the great. I go for the goal, you don't know the story, you don't know the dream. You don't know what I had to do to get here, don't know what I had to be.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are SEC tournament champions. The Bruins crossed the finish line in Indy. Big Ten tournament champion. From last place 2 years ago to Big 12 tournament champions.
The Duke Blue Devils win it all. And the domination of the Big East continues for the UConn Huskies.
Now or never. It's now or never.
The madness has arrived. This is the Women's Bracketology Selection Show on ESPN Radio.
The bracket is set. You can go on over to ESPN.com and fill it out. The Women's Tournament Challenge is ongoing. This is the Women's Bracketology Selection Show here on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app alongside Victoria Arlen. I'm Q Myers. You can also check us out on SiriusXM Channel 80. We are presented by Progressive Insurance, and we're joined now on the phone lines by a young lady that helped put the bracket together. That's Dorita Dawkins, Arkansas Assistant Vice Chancellor and Deputy Director of Athletics, Chair of Division I Women's Basketball Committee. That's a lot in itself, just in the title. But Dorita, thanks so much for your time. We definitely appreciate you. Fun time of year. How challenging is it to be able to go through and weed out all the teams and programs and put together this bracket as you all have done?
It's a lot of work. It really is. But it's enjoyable. This is the first good part. We got some more good parts to come. But getting to the final bracket is a good part of all the work.
First and foremost, we commend you. We commend you for all of that hard work, and we're so excited for the more exciting things to come. And another thing, you know, we're excited, but in your own words, how excited should fans be for the tournament this year?
Oh, I think they should be incredibly excited. There are some programs that, you know, are brands that people are used to seeing that'll be there. but there are also 6 teams that it's their first time in the tournament. And I think that's exciting. We've got FDU and UC San Diego, William and Mary, George Mason, Grand Canyon, and Arkansas State, again, who've never been to the tournament. So I think that's exciting. It speaks to the parity in the game. We've got 12 regular season champions who didn't get their conference AQ. So again, the parity in women's basketball is incredible. The product that's being put on the court is something that people should be so excited about showing up for and or tuning into.
And Dorita, I've been covering women's college basketball for a very long time. And I remember years ago, the bracket was revealed kind of earlier in the day. You all got the primetime slot this year. Does that kind of even further, talk about the excitement of the game and not to mention just kind of building off what we even saw last year?
It's a primetime show. Here's the thing. I'd like to say to people, it's always been a good party. There are just some people who've shown up recently and they're discovering how good a party it's always been.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
No, not at all. Yeah.
Well, here's I have some stats to back that up over here. Last year, the women's finals had 18.9 million views, while the men's finals had 14.8 million views. And what's cool is the year prior, the women's final had nearly 10 million. So, Dorita, do you see the viewership and the fandom continuing to rise this year?
I certainly hope it does.
Yeah.
I think so far we've seen people continue to tune in women's basketball. We've seen people continue to show up and buy tickets. So I think we have grown our core group that's going to stick with us. I think with anything that, has a newness field for some people, you're going to have some folks who don't come back the second time, but so many more will. And I look forward to those people continuing along the journey with us as we continue to grow women's basketball.
Dorita Dawkins is with us here on ESPN Radio on the ESPN app alongside Victoria Arlen. I'm Q Myers. So take us inside the room when you guys are deciding who's the 1 seed, who's the 2 seed, how these brackets are going to all be put together. What is it like trying to decide who's the 1 and the 2 when there's good cases and resumes for a lot of these programs?
It's a matter of going through the 11 criteria that we have and looking closely at the team sheets of the teams who are considering for any given line and making sure we have the right teams on the line and then the right order of the teams on that line. So we do a number of analysis and have long discussions. These 5 days in Indianapolis, not many of us saw much sun. We were in our meeting room and getting down to business, and we had to resharpen a lot of pencils.
Oh, geez. I mean, I can't imagine, actually. I really can't. And I also, want to touch on the fact of, the seating, but also what is there to say about just the star power that you have and on all these different teams in the 1, 2s, and 3 seeds?
It's an amazing time to be a college student athlete. Some of the exposure that they have, we just don't have anything to compare it to. I'm nearly 60 years old, so the women's basketball tournaments that I was watching earlier in my life when I was in high school and college, you didn't get to see throughout the year stars in the game as many times as you get to see these young people now. Not that they didn't exist. We just didn't have Instagram and TikTok and, all the things so that they were always in front of us. They were in front of us in March, except in your local media. So again, you all and other of your colleagues in the world of media have done a great job in helping grow it, helping showcase these young women, help showcase their coaches and therefore also their institutions, and all of that has helped to grow the game, to increase the scope of exposure. It's just, again, a wonderful time for college sports and women's basketball in particular.
Jarita Dawkins, Arkansas Assistant Vice Chancellor and Deputy Directors of Athletics, Chair of the Division I Women's Basketball Committee, is with us here on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. When you look at some of the coaches that are in the tournament, you got Gino, you got Don Staley, you got Coach Mulkey. How great is it to have so many all-time great coaches as well in this program or in this tournament?
I think it's great because, again, it helps to grow the game. It helps to bring eyes to the game. It helps people to understand, because those individuals you name, along with many others, do a great job of telling the story of women's basketball and of the lives of their student athletes and their lives as coaches and what they put into this game. So I think all of those are important. But also, when you look at the format of our championship with the first 4 games, sometimes you in those games might have a young coach or a young team get exposed to some other programs and see some things that inspire them further. So I think all of it's incredible. It helps, again, to move things along. I think I can remember last year's tournament seeing some coaches have some conversations, between practices or, a quick hello before a game. And for me as a basketball fan, that's, a really great thing to see too, because I think they pour into each other in different ways, but they pour into each other as well.
Well, speaking up from the fans' perspective, why should folks watch these women?
Because they are incredible. And there's a lot to be learned from these young women.
Yep.
They go out there and they put it all on the hardwood. They are killing it in the classroom. They are leading their communities oftentimes from a service perspective. They're doing so many wonderful things beyond the points they score or the shots they block in some cases, but just doing great things. And I think as people get introduced and make decisions to look further, they will see some incredible human beings.
Drita, before we let you go, going back to the seeding real quick, I know it's difficult to seed all these different programs. UConn comes in at a 2 seed. Notre Dame, your former number 1 team, is now a 3 seed. How difficult was it for those particular programs to seed those 2 and 3?
Again, each line we spent a lot of time on. Each morning we came back, or after a lunch break or what have you, we came back and re-looked at every line we did. So if we went 1, 2, 3, 4 and took a break, we'd come back and say, okay, let's look at 3, 4 again before we move on to 5. So a very iterative process where we were checking and double checking, our work with each other. But relative to Notre Dame, you have to look at the seed line, because Notre Dame's on that turn. Look at the seed line above and what those schools in those positions immediately ahead of Notre Dame have done down the stretch, and what Notre Dame did. And those things together are what got Notre Dame in that 9 spot, because they lost 3 of their last 5. Duke, on its way to winning the ACC tournament championship, beat those teams that are now behind them.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what, looking at all these regions, there's no easy path as far as I'm concerned. There's so many really good programs. So this tournament's going to be a whole lot of fun. Jarita, thanks so much for your time. Great job, you and the rest of the committee. Fantastic job. We definitely appreciate you.
Thank you all so much. Appreciate you as well.
Absolutely. Jarita Dawkins, again, Arkansas Assistant Vice Chancellor, Deputy Director of Athletics, Chair of the Division I Women's Basketball Committee, was with us here on the Women's Bracketology Selection Show on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. And again, you look at all these regions and you look at the different paths, they are so difficult, right? We know the 1 seeds, UCLA, South Carolina, Texas, and USC, but man, the 2 seeds, the 3 seeds, even on some of these regions, the 4 seed is going to be a tough out. So we definitely looking forward to getting this thing going. Coming up next, can the USC Trojans dance their way to a national championship? This is the Women's Bracketology Selection Show on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Bracket Brain. That time of year when basketballs, backboards, and buzzer beaters start bursting into view. There's only one thing to do when Bracket Brain hits. Download the ESPN Tournament Challenge app and fill out your women's bracket by tapping into the #1 bracket game. Your Bracket Brain will thank you. Presented by Capital One.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Amber and Ian.
Zach Wilson signing with the Miami Dolphins on a one-year deal, $6 million. I ride with Wilsons. I've been this lone defender of Zach Wilson here at ESPN for many years.
When we were told, you had a twinkle in your eye. Big day for Wilson.
Big day for Wilsons. Not really sure that's a big day at all for Miami, and I'm not even sure that's the backup I would have wanted for Tua, but I digress.
Amber and Ian. Weeknights at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on SiriusXM Channel 80.
Saturday on SEC Network. It's the SEC Gymnastics Championship. 8 elite teams compete for the coveted title in Birmingham, Alabama.
The toughest conference in women's college gymnastics.
Where the nation's top gymnasts aim for perfection.
There's no resting in the SEC. The best gymnastics I've seen all season.
The 2025 SEC Gymnastics Championship. Session 1 begins at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, followed by Session 2 at 8. Saturday on SEC Network.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy. Coming up Monday, there's been a lot of quarterback movement so far, but which under-the-radar move will have the biggest impact? It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
NBA Monday on ESPN Radio. It's a critical Western Conference showdown in San Francisco.
Catches it, puts up the three. Nikola
Jokic and the Denver Nuggets begin a 4-game road trip against Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, and the Golden State Warriors. The Nuggets at the Warriors. Coverage begins tomorrow at 9:30 Eastern with tip-off at 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN. Presented by Indeed.
Monday on Joe and Q. It's time to fill out your men's and women's NCAA tournament brackets as the madness of March is about to be upon us. Which first-round upset should we have our eye on, and who will be cutting down the nets next month? Joe and Q, 12 to 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
This is the Women's Bracketology Selection Show on ESPN Radio.
We took a look at the Spokane Region 4 a little earlier when we were talking to the coach of Kentucky. Now it's time to continue to look at Spokane Region 4. It's the Women's Bracketology Selection Show here on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. And now it's time to talk to the coach of the number 1 seed, USC. That's Lindsey Gottlieb, USC's head coach. And, Coach, thanks so much for giving us some time. We appreciate you. We were talking to Kenny Brooks, and he was talking about the region, and it's tough. Obviously, you got to take one game at a time. When you look at the whole region as you are the 1 seed, it doesn't look like there's any easy path to advance. How tough of a region is this, in your opinion?
Yeah, I'm interested to hear what the other coaches think, because I think it's the toughest one. NCAA tournament's always exciting. I think everyone across, all 4 regions will look at their bracket and say, we got to take one game at a time. We got to, figure out how to beat the team in front of us. But if you guys are bracketologists or we're ESPN and we're talking about it, I can't figure out how the committee came up with it this way. But I got to, we got to play the games that are in front of us. And I think our team will get excited to do that.
Look, none of us can figure it out. That's why we sit here and have conversations, Coach. But I want to talk about your first season in the Big Ten and your runner-ups in the Big Ten, which is remarkable, a 28-3 record. How special, or how would you even describe your first season in the Big Ten leading up to this?
Yeah, I mean, this has been an incredible year in a lot of ways. I mean, almost even to take away the conference shift, just coming off an Elite Eight, performance loss last year, and where we had come from being picked 6th in our conference last year, to winning a championship and going to the Elite Eight.
Yeah.
The bar was raised, and that was a very intentional thing. That was the bar being raised with our returning players. Hey, we got to get better. And with a freshman class that we brought in, and then obviously with transfers, we went out and got to say, we want to be a legit, top team in the country. And it's one thing to put a team like that together on paper, and it's another team to actually go out and do it. And I'm really proud of this group for coming together, for becoming a really excellent team, for becoming a number 1 seed, for becoming a team that I didn't think should have been the number 4 overall number 1 seed, quite honestly, with the resume we put together. But the Big Ten was a huge challenge. To win the regular season conference title was a true test, I think, of the resilience of this team and the abilities of this team. And, we can celebrate that for a minute and now go move forward to what, is another goal that's right in front of us.
And what's been the key to all of that, Coach?
I think continual, growth mindset. I think this is a team that, in the wins that we've had, still looking inward and say, okay, how can we get better and what's the level of play we want to get to? And, the 2 losses that we had, one in non-conference and one in the conference, really taking a hard look and saying, okay, how is this going to make us better? And I think the conference tournament final loss, now is another opportunity for us to say, okay, how do we get better from here? But I think the team has come together. I think we've really understood, we think we have, the best duo in Juju and Kiki together. I think we have a complete team. We have a lot of depth. We have, bench scoring. We have a really strong defense. We have rim protection. So there's different things that we've grown into as a team, and that should give us confidence, for a really tough road ahead.
Lindsey Gottlieb, USC head coach, is with us here on the Women's Bracketology Selection Show here on ESPN Radio on the ESPN app. You mentioned Kiki Arieffin. I remember her last year at Stanford. Fantastic player. Hits the transfer portal, ends up at USC. Juju Watkins, fantastic. How dynamic has Kiki been? How big of a addition to your program has she been?
Well, I don't think we're in any of these conversations if she doesn't decide to come here, right? It's not that, we weren't in a good position already, but there's a good position. And then there's a number 1 type seed elite, right? A national championship contender. And you just need all those kinds of pieces, and Kiki's decision to come here, I think, launched us into a different conversation. And I'm so proud of her, because I think that the easier thing to do is stay where you are. The easier thing to do is stay in a system you're comfortable with. And she's really stretched herself. She's become a star who's game planned for. We play a bit more of a pro style system. So she had to learn and grow and stretch herself and get out of her comfort zone. And she's done all of those things and is playing at a really high level right now. And we're nowhere without her.
And, Coach, what is different besides the additions you've had? But as far as, I don't know, is it the mindset? Is it the approach with this year's team compared to last year's team or the year before? Like the approach that you're going at it?
Yeah, I mean, I think just that standard, right? Last year's team was so much fun and we did so many great things, but